Alright, good. So we are here. We're gonna move forward to POB, paper 2 here, right? Just a moment. Let me see. My bad. Alright, good. So we are clear here, guys. Welcome back. This is Csec now. Make sure you guys do drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you already not do so. Alright. Alright, so we'll be going over paper 2. Most of these paper, guys, this is a 2017 paper. However, I will just go through most of these questions. Alright, good. Just a moment, please. Hello, guys, welcome back. This is Csec now. Hello, Raj. Hello, Kiri. Welcome. Make sure everyone do drop a like on the stream. We had 4 persons watching the stream already. Alright, good. Guys, so we'll be going over this paper 2 of POB, alright? Alright. Just wait a moment, guys. I'm getting the stream ready, alright? I want to be an English teacher. Good. Good. Alright. Alright, let's go, guys. Alright, guys, so as you guys can see here, we're just going to go through the questions here for you guys to have a clearer understanding. Alright, so here they are mentioning that we need to define each of the following terms. So in order to pass POB, guys, we'd have to have a formality between the terms enterprise, entrepreneurship, and all of those. So here, guys, when we refers to the term enterprise, we mean enterprise would refers to an initiative's capacity to undertake business. Ventures are to start business with the aim of generating profit or fulfilling the need in the market. So we are talking about enterprise, guys. We are talking about the venture to start a business. All right. So it aims to generate profits and are fulfilling the need in the market. All right, good. Someone says, "Sir, you remember the English paper you did? You did. I did it yesterday." Good. All right, guys. So here, the other term would be entrepreneurship. So we are mentioning about entrepreneurship, guys. We are talking about it is a process to identifying and pursuing a business opportunities. It also achieves the objectives of the enterprise. This involves taking calculated risk, being innovative, assuming the leaderships and roles in managing and growing the business. So we are talking about, guys, in regards to entrepreneurship, we are talking about taking risks. All right. And here it also mentioned that we can also managing and growing the business. All right, so it's way varies, guys. When you're talking about entrepreneurship, it also pursuing the business opportunities also to achieve our specific objectives of the enterprise. All right, good. Does everyone understand? All right, let me see here. So here it says state 2 economic benefits and 2 social benefits of a business to the community which it's located. So we are referring to economic benefits. All right, so what would be the 2 benefits here, guys? They are talking about the 2 benefits and 2 social benefits. So we had 2 economic benefits and 2 social benefits of the business of the community which it be located. So when it refers to economic benefits, guys, we are talking about job creation. All right, so that would be 1 benefit, job creation. Therefore, a business can provide employment opportunities to an individual in the community, which can reduce unemployment rates and increase the overall income level in the area. Therefore, another one would be here, guys, would be increased tax revenue. And increased tax revenue would be a successful business can contribute to the community's tax revenue through corporate taxes and employee income taxes, which can help funds the local infrastructure and public services. All right, so when you are talking about the two economic benefits, guys, we would talk about job creation and increased tax revenue. All right, so for this answer here, guys, would choose between here job creation and increased tax revenue. All right, so we're going to talk about the social benefits now, guys. Thereafter, social benefits here would be, let me scroll down so you guys could see what's going on. Right, so the social benefits here, guys, are two social benefits of a business that can bring to the community that it's located in. We had a community development, right? And a community development would be a business that can support community development initiatives, such as sponsoring local events or investing in community projects which can help improve the overall quality of life in the area. So when we are mentioning about the community development, guys, we are talking about sponsoring local events or even investing in community projects, and that can help improve the overall quality of life in the area. Thereof, we had to improve the access to goods and service. So that would be another local benefits. Also, it's a business that can provide goods and services that were previously unavailable or difficult to access in the community. Thereof, which can improve the standard of living and convenience for residents. All right. Someone says, "Good evening, sir." When you are doing maths, I'm not sure as yet though. I will be going through a few past paper one, but I'm not sure as yet when I will do so. All right. So here, guys, we are talking about the two benefits. So we are talking about two benefits and two social benefits. So for the economic benefits, guys, we will talk about job creation, increased tax revenue. When we are talking about the social benefits now, we will talk about community development and improve access to goods and service. All right. So economic, guys, we are talking about the world. Socially, I would say socially benefits, which is social benefits. We are talking about the community, how it can be developed. All right. Thereof, we can see where we have community development and we have the improve access to goods and service. All right, moving along, guys. Hope everyone understand. Let me know in the comment section if you do understand. All right. Someone asks, do you do electrical past paper? I don't have any at the moment. I would have to try and source, see if I get any. If I do, then I would review them. But I don't have any paper on electrical past papers. All right. We're moving forward, guys. So here I'm just navigating through so you guys could see what's going on. Here the other question will be identify two stakeholders and explain each role. So we are talking about stakeholders, guys. We are referring to, as we can see, the answer here. Just let me scroll down. Just a moment, guys. Sorry. All right, let me just scroll down. Just a moment, please. Scroll up. All right, so we're talking about. All right, just a moment. Just a moment. I'm scrolling too fast. All right, let me go here. Stakeholders. All right, so when we are talking about stakeholders, guys, we are referring to investors. All right, so stakeholders here, guys, are investors that are individually are entities who have invested their money in the business by buying share or stocks. All right, so we are talking about shareholders, guys. It could refer to as investors. Therefore, you can see where investors would have invested their money in the business by buying share or stocks. Therefore, their role is to provide financial support to the business, right, in exchange for ownership in the company. So we can see, guys, for a simpler definition for shareholders, therefore what they do, they normally invest their money in the business, and their role would be to provide financial support to the business in exchange for their ownership in the company. All right, so shareholders also expect to receive a return on their investment, usually in the form of dividends or capital gains. All right. Therefore, they also have the power to vote on an important decision, such as electing the board of directors or approving mergers or and acquisitions. All right. Therefore, guys, another one could be employees, where we would see employees are individuals who work for business and receive wages, salaries in exchange for their labor. Therefore, their role of the employees, guys, would be to contribute their skills and expertise the business in order to produce goods or services that generate revenue. Thereof, guys, we can see as a simpler definition. We could see employees, they are responsible, right, for ensuring that the business operates efficiently and effectively. Therefore, they may also have the role in which decision making support, such as providing feedbacks on the company policy or participating in employees committees. All right, good. Does everyone understand? So the answer here, guys, we're referring about the two stakeholders. So they mentioned about two stakeholders. So one stakeholders, guys, would be where we can see here the first one. I don't have the highlighter to do it, but the first stakeholder would be investors. All right, so investors, and we have employees. So for this answer, guys, you'd select investors and employee. And for their role, for the investors, remember, guys, they hold, I would say they invest their money in the business. And it's why they invest the money in their business, because they wanted to hear where they can share or buy stocks. Therefore, their role would be providing financial support to the business. All right, so that's what investors do. For employees, now, guys, employees, they are the one that who work for the business, right? And also they receive wages and salaries in the exchange for their labor. Therefore, we can see where their role would have been where they contribute their skills and expertise the business in order to produce goods or services that generates revenue. All right, and they are also responsible, guys, as I mentioned, they are also responsible for ensuring that the business would operate efficiently and effectively. So they want to make sure that the business is going smooth, and they are I would say they are operating or cooperating with the policies of the business, and therefore they are participating in the employees committees. Does everyone understand this question when they mention about two stakeholders? So the first one, guys, would have this the investors, and we could have the employees. Does everyone understand? We're moving along. Someone mentioned that, do you do Spanish past paper? Well, I don't have any Spanish past paper at the moment. Well, if I do, though, I could go through a few of them, but I don't have any. I think those papers are really pretty weird to get. All right, guys, we're moving forward. Does everyone understand? Before I move forward, just want to ensure that everyone understand what I'm trying to explain here. All right, does everyone understand? We have 5 persons watching the stream. Can we get 10 likes, guys, on the stream? There's not much persons over here today. Today is a busy day, as you guys can see. We're trying to get through the paper, explain what's happening, right? Does everyone understand? Let me just zoom up this a little bit. All right. All right. We have 6 persons. Does everyone understand what I'm explaining, guys, between the stakeholders of a business? So when they're mentioning about stakeholders of a business, guys, we would have, as a member, the investors. I can't write it here, but we have the investors. Therefore, we'd have the investors, and we have employees. Everyone says yes. Good. So 2-1 would be investors, right? Investors. I can't really write this here because my mouse is not really on point. All right, so we have investors and employee. All right. All right, so investors and employee. Good. And we're moving along to the other one, guys. All right, so this question mentioned that they need to describe 2 challenges. So the keyword is 2 challenges. This is what we are looking for. 2 challenges that a business could encounter. So encounter, we are talking about what the business could have. all right, the problems that the business could have when they are trying to satisfy their ethical role in a community. So therefore, guys, the two challenges that a business would have when they are trying to satisfy the ethical role in a community are, so we could see where, let me just scroll down a little bit, we could see where we would have balancing profits and ethics. So this would be one, all right? What does this mean though? Therefore, we are seeing that balancing profits and ethics would be one of the biggest challenges a business could face. By how? When trying to satisfy the ethical role in a community, is finding the rights between making a profit and doing what is morally right. Therefore, we can see that businesses has a responsibilities to their stakeholders, therefore to make money, but they also have responsibility to the community to act ethically. All right, good. Therefore, we can see sometimes these two responsibilities may I would say have conflict. All right. Therefore, we have seen that businesses must find a way to resolve the conflict. So what we are talking about, guys, between the profits. All right. Good. So we have seen. All right, guys, just a moment. All right, just a moment. You guys could just keep reading these questions. Just give me like pretty 1 minute to 2 minutes. Just a moment. All right. Good. In the meanwhile, guys, you guys just please share the stream and just share the stream, guys. All right, please. And like, please, just a moment. All right, good. All right, good. All right, guys. So sorry about that. All right. So I'm back. All right. So I was mentioning, guys, the two challenges, right, that the business may face when they are trying to satisfy an ethical role in the community. So therefore, we'll see balancing profits. So when we are talking about balancing profits, we are mentioning about. Therefore, we can see is where I would say they are trying to find the right between making a profit, that which is morally right. Where the business, guys, as you can see, the business would have a responsibility to their stakeholders that to make money, but they had also have the responsibility of the community that would act ethically. Sometimes these two responsibility we are seeing. So one responsibility here, guys, that the business may face would be also conflict. So we have seen where conflict would have been a problem there, where the business may find a way to resolve the conflict. The next one would be adjusting diverse and ethical perspectives. So we are talking about another challenges where the business may face is when they are trying to satisfy the ethical role in a community, is adjusting the diverse ethical perspectives. All right. Therefore, we are seeing different community and cultures have different ethical standards. This would mean what may considered ethical in one community may not be considered in another. Therefore, the business would be navigate these differences to ensure that their actions are consistent with the ethical standards of the community that they may operate in. Therefore, this requires business to be aware and sensitive to the ethical perspectives and different groups in the community, guys. So we are seeing they are mentioning that the action would have been consistent. Therefore, where the business here would have been to be aware that it could be sensitive to the ethical perspective that of a different group of a community. You are fine? Good. Does everyone understand? Let me know in the comment section, alright? Let me know in the comment section, guys, if you guys understand. Alright, let me know in the comment section. Does everyone understand? Does everyone understand in the comment section? Alright, so we're gonna move forward, guys, alright? Good. Someone says yes. Alright, good. Someone asks when you are going to do maths. I will do, well, I'm not sure yet. I have the past papers for the maths. I have like around 20 past papers. Paper 1. Well, I will try my best to do them probably Monday. I would say, alright, around Monday, guys. Good. So we're gonna move forward. We're gonna move forward, alright? So therefore, guys, the other question here would be where they are mentioning about state 2 activities performed by each of the following managers. Alright, guys, so we are talking about what activities is performed by marketing managers. So we are talking about marketing managers and production managers. Let's see the difference between these, alright? The activities that they would have performed. So we're gonna move forward. Alright, just a moment. So we can see conducting survey, analyzing data to understand the target's market preferences and behavior. So we are talking about, guys, where we can see they would have to do research in order to, organizing, or I said analyzing the data to understand the market preferences and behavior. So therefore, they would like to see how well the marketing production goes well. So they're trying to analyze the data, guys, to see what's the input and output of the preferences between the market side and the behaviors. Therefore, we can see that the market research provides a critical information to help the business make informed decision about their products or service. Just as I just mentioned just now, guys, depends on the pricing, the advertising, and the distribution strategies. So therefore, we have seen where the market now, they would have to make sure to get data, analyze the data to see how well they could go ahead to make decisions based on their products or the pricing services. Therefore, they don't want to go ahead, guys, and don't do any research, so they don't have any idea what the outcome would be. So they are trying to inform the business. It's basically to help the business to know the decision they could make about their product or service. Does everyone understand the difference between marketing? So this would be a marketing manager. That's what a marketing manager do. They do research, analyze data to ensure that the business would operate smooth. Therefore, they just want to know how well the product. They want to know information about the product, analyzing to make decision. You understand, guys? Does everyone understand? Does someone ask, sir, the live going to pass to YouTube? Will it end? All right. Well, result after I end the live will be on my YouTube channel. So you need to go on the live tab sections, and you will see all of the live that I did. All right, all of them will be there. So there's no need for you to worry. All of the live will be on my channel. So does everyone understand what is a marketing manager do? Does everyone understand what's the difference between a marketing manager? And we're gonna explain what does the production manager do, what they perform. Does everyone understand so far what is a marketing manager do? We have 10 persons in the comments. Can we get some comments, guys, in the comment section? Let me know if you guys understand before I move on. All right, guys, we'll move, please and thank you, guys. Let's go. All right, because we're going to move forward. Let's go. So we're talking about production now, guys. Therefore, we can see where production that mean is where they involve advertising, right? Other activities that create awareness of the business. So it's basically would be the business products or service. So promotion can involves, I would say, involves or including advertising on various medias, discounts, and giveaway. All right. So let me just explain the difference between a production. So therefore, we are seeing they are mentioning about the production, guys. So the production would be, therefore, we are seeing that they advertise it, right? They create I would say awareness of the business. So they are trying to let everyone know about the business. That's what the simplest definition. They are trying to let everyone know about the business, know about their product. This can include by advertising on various medias. Alright, medias we are talking about, even social media, guys, advertising their products, also giving away discounts and giveaway. So we are trying to engage with audience, alright, try to, you know, aware of the business, let everyone know about the business, trying to get audience. So that is the difference between marketing, I would say marketing manager and production manager. Alright, so there's difference, guys. Does everyone understand the difference between a marketing manager and a production? Does everyone understand so far? And guys, if you're seeing my screen a little bit blurry, click on your upper right corner, click on the settings icon, and then you will see quality. After you click on quality, you need to click on advanced, and then you click on 480p. That's the resolution, and that will change the quality of the video. All right. So if you're seeing it, if you see my screen a little bit blurry, that would be the reason why. All right. So we're gonna move forward. So another question here, guys, would be 2 activities performed in production. All right, so we are talking about the 2 activities, right? So therefore, guys, we can see the activities now would be where we are talking about the activities. So remember, guys, they were mentioned about the activities. So I did already explain the definition between a marketing and a production. All right, so these are the activities now, guys. The activities would be planning and quality control. So what we are talking about planning and quality control, we are talking about thereof, it could be where this involves developing a production plan. This also outlines how the business will produce its product or service. Therefore, guys, we can see that the plan should also take into action or account thereof that require resources such as raw materials, equipment, and labor. All right, when we are talking about quality control, guys, quality control involves ensuring that the production or the service meets the production processes, conducting the test that to identify any defect or issue that may impact on the final product quality. So we are talking about involves they are in monitoring, guys, the production. So therefore they wanted to know what would be the issue or the outcome that may impact the final product quality. So they wanted to have a good expectation. All right, they are trying to set a standard. Guys, have certain standards about the product, you know, ensure that everything would be on an expectation. All right, so this involves monitoring the product, guys, that involve in conducting tests just to identify to see if there's any issue that would be impacting our final quality. So that's those 2 activities that would perform in the production. All right, so these are the 2 activities would perform in the production. All right, so these are 2 activities, guys, of each. So 2 activities that would perform in the production would be where we are seeing this. Let me go back to the screen. Would be planning and quality control. And two activities the guys would have performed in the market manager. Therefore, we'd have seen where we'd have here would be marketing research, which would have been where we are doing the research to analyze all of the data, guys, to ensure that this would provide to ensure that the products they are advertising or distributing strategies. When we are talking about the promotion, guys, we are talking about giving awareness of the business or the products. This could involve like giving away discounts, giveaways, and so forth. All right. So we're gonna move on, guys. Someone says no. What do you mean no? Alright, just type in the comment section, guys, what you mean no. Alright, can you please type in the comment section what you mean by no? You don't understand or what? Alright. Alright, guys, so if you don't understand, this is what they are asking. They mentioned that you need to state 2 activities performed by each manager. Alright, so for a marketing manager, guys, the 2 activities that would perform would be, let me show you. The 2 activities would be, first activities would be market research. Good. So what does market research means, guys, is when you are conducting surveys. So we want to analyze the data that understand the market target. So when we are mentioning about market target, guys, we wanted to know how many persons or audience thereof we can go ahead to make surveys to know about who interested in the product or who doesn't interested. Therefore, guys, when we are doing market research, it would be a critical information, and how it helps us, guys, as a, I would say, market manager, it would help us to help the business also to make decisions. So we wanted to know how well people like the products versus how much they dislike the product or service, therefore pricing, advertising, and distribution strategies. Alright, so that's what we mean by market research, guys. So the first activities that we would go about, guys, as a marketing manager would be here, market research, right? And the other one would be promotion. Alright, so there's 2 marketing research here and promotion. So they say state marketing research and promotion. And for production now, the 2 activities that we would go about here, it would be planning and quality control. Alright, does everyone understand what I'm doing here? Let me know in the comment section. Does everyone understand? We have 5 persons watching the live so far. Just let me know, guys, please. Alright, does everyone understand so far? Okay, so we're gonna move along, guys. Just want to ensure we are not losing anyone, right? Let me know. Everyone understand? We have 7 persons. Can we get some volunteer in the comment section, please? I just want to know before I move on. I don't want to move on and you say, sir, I don't understand, or please let me know in the comment section, guys. Alright? Do you understand what I'm doing? Yes. Alright, we have a volunteer so far. Okay, Raj, thank you for participating. Alright, so he says yes. Good. Alright, so here, guys, we are talking about distinguish between the finance and human resource, which is HR, the area of a business. So what they're trying to say, guys, we need to, I would say, distinguish, meaning we are trying to separate. What is the difference then? Alright, we are mentioning about distinguish, meaning what is the difference between finance and human resource. There you can see the difference here would be, let me just go ahead and distinguish the difference. So we can see where for finance, finance would be the department that is responsible for managing the financial resource of the business. Thereof, we can see that the department is mainly concerned with financial aspects of the business, such as financial planning. So we are talking about the money, guys. We are talking about the cash. How the business would run is where the financial department would dealt with that. So they are the one that do with financial planning. How much the accounting or the financial reporting. Thereof, we can see they had financial analysts. Analysts would be the amount of money that they would generate, guys, the amount of cash they would generate. All right. They also had a financial reporting, guys. The report would have mean how well the cash would have been spent. The report they would have to make. Also the accounting, guys, the meaning keeping the money in a generating process. All right. Having the money going in and out, having the money going in and out into the business, making plan or strategies, ways in which the revenue, all right, the business, keeping the money under control. Therefore, we are seeing that the here the HR now, guys, would have responsible for managing the people resource of the business. So therefore, we also can see they are I will say they are the person that do recruitment. They also do selections, and they are the one that do training and development, performance, appraisal, and I would say compensation, benefits, employees relations, and compliance with labor laws. Therefore, we're going to explain these meanings. When you're talking about recruitment, guys, HR are the one that recruit you. All right, so they are I would say they are the heads that recruit you. They are the one that made the selections. All right, even if, for example, you apply for a job, guys, they are the one that to make the decision, let the manager know that if we should choose you or not. Therefore, they are the one that dealt with the training for facilities, guys, and even the development that would be for performance appraisal, meaning if you do well in your job, guys. All right, so if you do well in your jobs, they will give you like bonus, or the appraisal, meaning what you receive on the job. That's when you are doing good. So if you are working good in your job, you will get appraisal, guys. So that could be a bonus or so forth. Compensation is reference to the money, guys. All right, therefore compensate you in I would say ensuring that you're comfortable in your working environment. Also the benefits of the employees, guys, such as we have insurance. All right, ensuring that you had insurance policy going on and so forth, even compliance with the labor law. So the HR is the department that work to ensure that the business has skilled and motivating workforce that can achieve its goals. All right, so that's the difference between HR and financial department. Does everyone understand what is the difference between financial department and HR? So when I talk about in finance, all right, finance is different. They are the one that managing the financial report. All right. Therefore, as I mentioned, guys, financial planning and financial report, they are ensuring that the budget, all right, we have everything under control. The business is ensuring that they are stable and profitable. All right. So they are the one that working to ensure that they have profitable. All right. The business is stable. Does everyone understand? Someone says yes. Rod says yes. Good. Can I get some more volunteer in the comment section? Do everyone understand? Let me know, yes or no. Either yes or no. If you don't understand, I explain more. Let me know, all right, please. All right. Does everyone understand so far? Can I get more volunteer in the comment section? Just a moment. Jody and Nemard, good. Says yes, sir. When you are going to post part 2 of the social study, I will try I was working on it last night. I was working on a few sections of the social study paper 2, May/June 2024. Well, I will try to finish it up between, I would say, tonight and tomorrow. So I may post it tomorrow evening. Someone Lee mentioned, says no, you don't understand. All right, let me explain again. All right, so they are asking, guys, on the Csec past paper here, right? They are asking that you need to, I would say, let me go back on it. So I won't go back, I will just explain it from here. So they says distinguish the difference, I would say the difference, all right, between finance and human resource. So when we are talking about HR, guys, we are talking about resource, human resource. Remember, HR, human resource. So they wanted to know what is the difference between a finance and a human resource. Remember, guys, we mentioned that a finance, they are the one that ensure that the business had a profitable and stable I would say conditions. Base worth, like for example, guys, we are talking about profits. All right, the money that's been kept in the business. Ensure that the money is going in and out in the business, guys, that it's ensure that it would be a profitable, as you can see, it could be a profitable and stable financial entity. All right, they also dealt with benefits, I would say, sorry, not benefits, budgeting. All right, financial planning and reporting. So when we are talking about financial analysis, guys, we are talking about the money that's been kept in the business that they analyze. They wanted to know how much money is in the business, therefore how much money is going out, dealing with the budgeting, the accounting, guys, ensure they will keep the accountability of the money. So therefore we are talking about the financial aspect, the money that's been kept in the business. So they are the department that's responsible for managing the financial resources. So we are talking about money. So the finance would be the entity, the business entity that kept the money in the business, ensure that the money is going in and out in a proper way, guys, that keeping profitable and stable. While the HR would be the one that ensure, they are the one that manage the business in a sense, that do recruiting, guys, selection, benefits, compensation. All right, so they are the one that ensure that the business would keep a high standard, that protruding to achieve goals, their goals. So they had a strategy where they wanted to achieve the goals of the business. So if the goals of the business, guys, is to become welfare built, we are talking about the workers, guys. So they would, I would say, influence the worker in a sense to work for the business to become bigger. So we are talking about appraisal. Appraisal is meaning when you work, guys, therefore you would have received, like for example, bonus. You do good. So if you do good in some work, guys, we'd have see where they give certificates or trophies or some form of gift. You know, guys, that is the appraisal. Here we are talking about compensation. Compensate you in a way, guys. All right. Normally we'd have seen where many work, they would give, like for example, I would say they called it a name where we would mention about like not really bonus, but a compensation is when they're compensating their employees, guys. Therefore we are seeing where they go ahead and do the selection. So that is what the role of the HR do between finance. All right, between the business goal on a target. All right, so they are the one that would say influence the employee, guys, to work. All right, so they give appraisal, compensation, ensuring that the employee is following, I would say, the policies. Therefore, right? Does everyone understand what is the difference between finance and HR, which is human resource? Does everyone understand now? Before I move on, it's pretty easy, guys. It's not hard. All right. When you're mentioning about finance, we're talking about money, guys. The money that's been kept in the business. All right. Does everyone understand? All right, just a moment. Let's see. Does everyone understand now? So this is the difference, all right? Let me know in the comment section. Does everyone understand? Please type yes in the comment section if you understand, and if no, if you don't. So we are going to move along, all right? We don't have enough time. I don't have all the. I'm just trying to go through this paper, guys, so you could have a quicker understand. So when you get your POB paper, you can know the difference between the meanings. All right. In order for you to pass POB, guys, you have to know about business. You have to know what is the difference between, for example, all right, how does like credit and debit, how does it impact the business, guys? We need to know about those things. Profits, how does profits impact the business in a positive way? All right, we are talking about all of the different strategies and steps that you take, so we need to know about those, guys. All right, so we're just gonna move forward. Does everyone understand now? Before I move, someone says yes. Oh, okay, you understand. Good. Hello Tyron, how are you doing? Welcome. Thank you for joining the stream. All right, good. So we're moving forward, guys. So let me just go ahead just to ensure that you guys understand. So I'm going to understand in the simplest way as I can. All right, so it says describe the following function of the management. So we are talking about delegating, guys. What is the function of delegating? What is the function of motivating? So we're just going to go into these two functions and we're going to describe them. So we are talking about delegating, guys. What does delegating mean? Delegating. All right, so let's look what does it mean first. So delegating in the management of a business, guys, is a process of assigning task, duty, responsibility to subordinates or team members. So does we understand what is the meaning of delegating? Delegating is when we are process. All right, so it is the process of assigning tasks, duties, and responsibilities to subordinates, team, or members. So when you are talking about delegating, guys, we are talking about it is the process of assigning tasks, duties, responsibilities. I would even, instead of subordinates, guys, I would use the word team members. All right, responsibilities to team members. So they are assigning tasks and duties and responsibilities to team members. It involves the transfer of authority and accountability for a manager, from a manager or supervisor to their employees, allowing them to make decisions and take actions on their own within the scope of their roles. All right, effective not only allow the manager to focus on a higher level task, but it also help the employee to develop new skills and gain confidence in their abilities. So what we are talking about here, guys, between delegating, we are talking about the function. So what is the function of delegating now? The function of delegating, guys, it would be where it's seen that it has accountability, right, for the manager. So it's from the manager where we are seeing where manager would have been the one that, you know, ensuring that the employee, they can make their decisions, but it's based on the scope of their role. All right, so for example, if we are working as an employee, right, and we, based on our role, guys, we can make decisions, but we have to do it within our scope of their roles. Therefore, we have seen where it would be effective on a way where we also help the employee to ensure that their skills and gain confidence of their ability. So therefore, we are seeing it also being accountability for the manager and the supervisor to their employee. So we are talking about delegating, guys. Someone mentioned that it would be characteristic of entrepreneur. Would it be someone asking, would it be a characteristic of an entrepreneur? Well, not necessarily. All right, no. The reason why, we remember, guys, if you're referring to delegating, we are talking about business in the sense where you're not owning your own business, right? You're not owning your own business in the sense. So you would not be doing delegating. You're not assigning tasks to any team member. All right. So when you're talking about delegating would be when you're talking about manager. So the manager would be, you know, managers, guys, or supervisor, they are the one who would be the delegating. Therefore, would see where they are the one that they put in place of tasks and duties, and they also stands for the responsibilities towards to giving the team members. All right, so you remember, as a manager, they are the one that control the team members. So they are the one that tell you to do this, you need to complete this, you need to complete that. Thereof, it is the authority, guys, where they had stand on accountability from the manager. All right, so anything that employee did, they would have to report it to the manager. Thereof, we also seen that it also, for the supervisor, guys, it allowed them to make decision and take action on within their own scope or role. Someone mentioned, but aren't managers or supervisors? Someone, aren't managers or supervisor work within the entrepreneur? Well, all right, I would say in certain role it could be, but in certain role it's not. And the reason why I mentioned that, guys, we are talking about for managers and supervisors, right? They do have, I would say, a higher boss, right? A higher boss for them would be the HR. All right, so remember, they work under, I would say, they work under the leadership of an HR. right? Therefore, the HR are the one that select. They are the one that makes selection, recruitment. So they also can fire the manager or the supervisor. So therefore, guys, it's no. I would say no. All right, no. If we are talking about owning your own business, guys, right? Owning your own business, you're your own boss. Therefore, if you have persons working with you, because remember, if you're owning your own business, guys, remember, it depends on the type of business you're doing. You can be your own boss without having any workers with you. But if you're having a workers, therefore entrepreneurship, therefore you'd have a characteristics of delegating, Raj. You understand? So if you are working with workers based on if you're an entrepreneur, if you're having your own business, therefore, and if you're working with workers, then delegating could be characteristics. All right. Does you understand what I'm trying to explain? All right. So here, guys, we are talking about motivating. So what we are the function of motivating? What is the function now? In regards to motivating, guys, the function of motivating, it would be inspiring, encouraging, and stimulating employees to achieve their goals. Right? So this would be the function. So it's very simple, guys. As you guys could see, it's just 2 mark. So 2 mark each. So all we just need to do is just to define what is delegating. Once we know what is delegating, then we should know what is motivating. Remember, delegating, guys, has to do. Let me just go back just a moment. Let me just. Oh my gosh, where's the paper? Just a moment, I don't know where's the paper though. All right, never mind. All right, so delegating, guys, we are mentioning about here. So delegating would be is the process. All right, so this is what we mean by delegating. It's the process of assigning tasks and responsibility to team workers. So if we wanted to know what is the role of delegating, delegating would involve the transfer of authority and accountability from a manager or supervisor to their employee. Good. So for motivating, guys, this would involve the process of inspiring, encouraging, and stimulating employees to achieve their goals and objectives. This also involves creating work. So we are talking about the meaning of it. It creates work environment that inspire employees to put in their best effort to achieve the organization goal. Remember, guys, that we're talking about the HR. The HR, they had a goal, and the goal is to let the employee work to fulfill the organization goal. Therefore, the motivating, guys, it's the same thing that the HR would do to us as an employee. They motivate us. In what way? Giving us, I would say, compensation, right? Compensation, giving us compensation. I would say also appraisal. When we working, they would promote us. So we are talking about promoting. All right, that would encourage us as an employee to work to fulfill the organization goal. Does everyone understand? That's what we are talking about. All right. It says a motivated workforce is productive. Remember, once we are motivated, then the workforce would be productive, efficient, and effective in performing their job's responsibilities. Also, motivating an employee can involve providing incentives. This is what we are talking about, guys. Once you are motivating employee, this can involve incentives. So we are talking about incentive. So well, I would say in most of the country they had dealt in with incentives. All right, giving the employee incentive. We have like lunch subsidies, or for example recognition. Recognition would be like promoting, guys. Let there be recognized about the role that they are playing within the business. Also opportunities and for professional growth. All right, and development in the business. This is an essential aspect of management that contribute to the success of a business. All right, so this is what we are talking about, motivating. Motivating, where we are encouraging the employee to work to achieve their goals or objectives. All right, does everyone understand? Does everyone understand? Let me know in the comment section. Does everyone understand now? So these would be here, guys, would be the function of a management. So for delegating, guys, the function here is to outline the duties and tasks. Alright, and for motivating, guys, motivating would be where we are encouraging the worker, I would say, to work to achieve their goals or objectives. Alright, and when we are mentioning up, once you explain that, guys, then you could just elaborate on it. It's very easy. So once we know about assigning tasks and duties, then we will refer to the manager, where we are talking about accountability. All right, supervisor, the supervisor, what they do, they, you know, allow them, I would say, the worker to make their decision, but we cannot make decision outside the scope of our role. Because remember, guys, we are just workers. We are not managers, we are not supervisors. So our superior would be our supervisor or manager. All right, they are the one. So for example, guys, if you wanted to go on vacation, therefore we'd have to report to our supervisor or manager. Thereafter, the supervisor or manager would take our I would say report, therefore bring it to HR, and from HR to approve it. Remember, HR the one that dealt with selection, recruiting. All right, ensure that the business goal wanted to achieve. Remember, we are not talking about the CEO, which is the Chief Executive Officer. All right, remember, the HR, they work under, I would say, the Chief Executive Officer. All right, so they are the one that would be, I would say, the, well, not the boss for the business, but would be like the second top tier boss for the business. So they ensure that the manager would ensure that to push the worker to work efficient in the business and to create an impact where the business organization could achieve their goals. Does everyone understand what I'm trying to say? All right, let me know in the comment section. Does everyone understand? All right, we're moving forward. Let's go. Does everyone understand? Because we are not even close to the paper. We have a lot to cover, guys. All right. All right, we're moving on. So we are talking about coordinating. So remember, it was three of them. All right, they were talking about delegating, motivating, and coordinating. So what does coordinating mean, guys? So we understand what is delegating, right? We understand what is delegating, and we understand what is motivating. Now, what is coordinating, guys? All right, let me see what is the meaning of coordinating here. What does coordinating do? So coordinating, someone asks, so does a HR involve in entrepreneur business? You're asking if they does involve in a I would say entrepreneur business. Well, remember, HR, they are the human resource, and if you're having an entrepreneur business, therefore, yes. And the reason why I would say so is because, remember, guys, you would have to have, if you're your own boss, right? I am my own boss. I'm not working with anyone, but persons are working with me. Therefore, if I am the CEO, then I would need someone to work with me as an HR. So therefore, I would need the HR, therefore would have to get someone to work as a manager, right? To ensure that the businesses keep going intact. Therefore, guys, for the HR now, they have to ensure that the managers is I would say performing their role effectively, and ensuring that the workers, which should be the employees, is completing their tasks and duties effectively. And here the HR are the one now that would go ahead and ensure they could provide any promotion for the employees, because that would motivate them to work. Does everyone understand what's going on here? Good, we're moving forward. So for coordinating is refers to the process of integrating, harmonizing the activities of various individuals or departments within an organization towards achieve the common goal. So we are talking about coordinating now, guys. What does it mean? It also involves the ensuring that everyone is working towards the same objectives. All right. So coordinating, guys, would be, we could just use a simpler definition. It is the action of working towards a common goal. Does everyone understand what is coordinating? So coordinating would be the actions or activities that involves I would say everyone that is working to I would say is to achieve a common goal. It's mean like bring together. Yes, it mean like bring together. So it's like everyone is coordinated together to, you know, working towards each other, guys, to ensure that we would have the same common goal. This also would be like, for example, the resource that has been allocated effectively. Therefore, we are seeing that it can also be where our communication will be effective. So we want to ensure that the business has been communicating, guys, because we are trying to achieve the same goal as a worker or as an employee. Therefore, guys, we in the business here, we are all working, but what is the main goal of the organization? The main goal of the organization is to keep the business intact and to keep the business efficiently. So we are working efficient and effectively to let the business reach its highest, our fullest potential. Thereafter, guys, being coordinating, guys, it would be where everyone is working together to achieve the same objective, all right, about the business. So coordinating would be like a critical function of the management as it helps optimize the organization performance, as we were referring just now. It also ensures that the resources are being used effectively to achieve their desired results. You see what we are talking about, guys? So it is ensuring that the business would reach their same objectives. So we are trying to, for example, all of the employees, they are coordinating. So we are just working as one to achieve the same objectives, to ensure that the business would operate effectively and effectives. All right, does everyone understand? Coordinating. All right, someone says, let me see any more comments. All right, just a moment. All right, good. So we're gonna move along, guys. All right, we're gonna move along to the other questions. So the other question here, it refers to, it says explain one way in which management fulfills its responsibilities of each following groups. So we are talking about one way. So what is the one way in which management can fulfill its responsibility of each following groups? So for customers, guys, one way in which the management can fulfill the responsibility of a customer, it would be, let me just go ahead and read. Just a moment, let me just go ahead to the slide. All right, so we'd see for a customer now, guys. Let me just go down. All right, so one way for a customer, guys, would be, we are seeing management, right? So management has been a responsibility to customer, right? So is to provide high quality products or service that meets their needs and expectation, right? It is to fulfill. So we were talking about fulfill the responsibility. So it is to fulfill the responsibility. Management that can conduct the market research to gain a better understanding of customer preferences. So we are talking about what does the customer like, what does they dislike as well, and the use of this information will also to develop and improve the product or service. All right, so does everyone understand what we are mentioning about here? So in regards here, guys, the one I would say management or the responsibility of the customer, guys, we are referring where the customer, guys, we are trying to build expectation. All right, so it is to fulfill the responsibility that conducts the market research to gain a better understanding of customer preferences. So we are talking about management, right? We are talking about how can it go ahead to let the customer know what the customer like from what they do dislike, and this information is to use to develop and to improve the product or services. All right, so this is what we mean, guys. All right, it is to meet their expectation, all right, of the product. Does everyone understand, guys? What is the question is asking? It says explain one way in which management fulfill its responsibility of a customer. So for the way which management fulfill the responsibility of a customer, it would be where it meets their needs or expectation, and it also fulfill the responsibility. So we are talking about the responsibility of a customer. How does it fulfill it? By the management which it would be conducting the research to gain a better understanding of the customer preferences. What does I like from my dislike? Thereof, that information would be used to develop and improve the product or the service. Does everyone understand? Sorry. So we're gonna move forward, guys. All right. Does everyone understand in the comment section? Let me know in the comment section. All right. I won't move along yet, guys. Let me know in the comment section if you understand or not. All right. Let me see here. Does everyone understand? Let me know in the comment section, please. I don't want to lose anyone. Any volunteer in the comment section? Does everyone understand? Yes or no? Please let me know. All right. We're waiting on any volunteer to answer. Does anyone understand what would be the management of a customer? Yes, just a moment. All right, guys, so we're just gonna move along. All right. All right, good. So the other one, guys, we were talking about employees. Sorry. So what does the one way which management would fulfill the responsibility of an employee? So how can management fulfill the responsibility of an employee? So for employee, guys, which where the management can fulfill it, we would have seen where for employees now, guys, it will fulfill its responsibility for employee, and it's to provide a safe and healthy work environment, fair compensation, right, and benefits, opportunities for career growth and development, an open communication channel. So we are talking about where the employee, they could also have a safety or safe environment. Therefore, we are working into a I would say healthy environment to have, like for example, fair compensation. So we want to ensure that we are not being robbed. All right, the benefits there also, the benefits would be good opportunities and career growth and development within the responsibility. So those would be the responsibility to fulfill the employees. All right. So therefore, we are talking about the communication channel. So we have to have an open communication channel. Therefore, we are referring to how we communicate effectively, right? So it also to fulfill the responsibility, management can implement policies, procedures, and to promote employee well-being, safety, offer competitive salaries. So we are talking about salaries, guys, benefits packages, all right? Provide training and development programs. It also to help maintain the lines of communication within employees to address any concern or issue they may have. So when they are mentioning about communication channel, guys, we are talking about building the communication within the employees, all right? Because it's not just within the employees, but within the employee scope and within the manager scope. In case we do have an issue at work or within the business, then we can file a complaint. So we just want to ensure that all issues can resolve, all right, or addressed. Therefore, any issue that the employee would have, guys, in regards to the communication channel, it would be very effective. All right. Does everyone understand? We're just gonna move along in a few. All right, just let me know in the comment section. Does everyone understand? Let's see here. So it's just one. All right, just moving along. Let me know in the comment section, guys. Does you understand, yes or no? Please let me know. If you do not understand, you say no. If you do, you say yes. All right, so I could know if you're learning or not. Because I don't want to move along, guys, and you guys do not understand what is going on here. Does you guys understand? Let me know in the comment section, please. Volunteer with me, all right? Good. All right, so when you're referring to, let me see if there's anyone. I think there is one more. All right, no, there's no more. So we would have received 3 marks for this, guys. So we are talking about the employee. When we are talking about those, it says list three examples of technology being used by business. Can anyone in the comment section list three technology used by businesses? Three technologies really fast, guys. In the comment section. Let me see. This one will be pretty easy, alright? Anyone? Please? Anyone can list three technology used by businesses? Alright. Anyone, guys? Can we list three examples of technology used by a business? Let's go, guys, alright? Anyone? Anyone? No comments? Anyone? It's just three technologies being used by a business, guys. We have 5 persons watching the stream. No comments, really? Guys, I'm talking about number 3. Can you guys list at least 3 examples? If you don't have 3, at least 1 or 2 guys from each one of you guys. Alright? That's been used by a business. Before we move on, we just want to see how best you guys understanding, alright? Does anyone understand what's going on here? Let me see the comments. Someone mentioned, someone says, whoa, I do not understand. I understand though. All right, so here guys, we are mentioning about the technology. All right, so this one is a common sense question. All right, so if we were supposed to just refer, what would be the 3 technologies would be used in a business? I don't think, sir. I'm seeing the comments. I don't think, sir. Is seeing comments. Yes, I'm seeing the comments now. It says computers, printers, also phones. All right. So we are talking about technology. So let me see if you're correct or not, guys. All right. Good. So for technologies, guys, here we are talking about here. The technologies here would be customer relationship manager software. All right. So we are talking about the technology. Technology will not just mean directly like phone. We are talking about the system. Alright, so we are mentioning about like customer relationship software. Alright, so this would regards, guys, I mentioned about, we are literally talking about it's software that would be used in the business. Thereafter, we also, guys, we have inventory management software. Inventory, there is, guys, is where we keep, like, for example, documents and all of those types of technology that would arrange thing in a, like, for example, a geographical I would say selection. All right, therefore we have seen online payment system. So we are talking about online payment system, guys. Technology is different. It's not just by various, but good try, guys, on your answers. It says computers, printers, and phones. Well, the phones would be not necessary. That would be accessibility. All right, so we are talking about its own, I would mention, its own system. So in regards to technology now, guys, we have seen where we have different type of stuff. We can pay things online, we can do it electronically, and we can do it online. So we are talking about how does the system would have become very, I would say, updated nowadays. Therefore, we have seen online payment system, inventory management software, and we are talking about customer relationship management. So when you're talking about customer, let me check the comments. Someone mentioned I don't. Hold up, just a moment. Read the comment section. Let me see here. Just a moment, guys. Let's see here. All right, good. All right. So, all right. So let me explain what's going on. All right, I'm seeing the comments. So when you're talking about CRM, guys. So this is what CRM is meant by. Let me see. Oh, all right. So CRM, which should be customer relationship management, we are literally talking about. It would be like quicker example. It would be the interaction within with customer that is typically using like data analysis and all of those large information. All right. So when we are talking about is that the company, it is the company interaction with current like the customer. Therefore, we have seen where the CRM would be the customer relationship management. We are talking about where the technology would help the customer. I would say help the companies stay connected with customer. So streamline processes, improve profitability. So we are talking about where we are talking about customer relationship management. For example, guys, we are talking about our businesses. Our businesses we have seen where we'd have like for example the Instagram, right? We are talking about how we can interact. So we'd have Instagram, we post a lot of stuff online. Persons could DM us through emails and find out how the products, reviewing the products and all of those, asking information. So that would be the customer relationship management software. All right, so it is the technology for managing all of our companies interaction with our current potential customer. All right, so it's how we interact with our customer, guys, and we have seen that happening daily. So when we are mentioning about customer relationship management, we are talking about how the technology, the business therefore would manage the company interaction, how we interact with our customer, all right, on a daily basis. Someone says it improve customer communication. Good. Yes, it improve customer communication. That's good. Very good one, Kerry. Good. Very good one. So we are talking about now, we are referring to the inventory management. So when we are talking about inventory management, guys, it's basically it varies, right? It varies. So it varies on like how the customer, therefore in the system of the business, guys, when you are talking about inventory management, we are talking about like for example in the process of storing, ordering or selling goods or services. So it's where we are storing, ordering or selling goods of services. All right, so it also involves, guys, like for example the supplies, the various supplies where we have seen such as the flow of raw material, the procedures. So it's all we have things storing and ordering, selling the goods of services. So when it refers to inventory management, keeping the goods or services in order, storing them, selling the goods and services. All right, so this is a process, guys. So that would be our next process. For online payment system, guys, that system would refers to where it making I would say business entities be more easier. And the whole reason why it would let business entity be more easier, guys, is because it play an important role nowadays. Since we have seen, guys, for us taking ourselves now going on the road to make any bills payment, therefore we don't have to do so. Even though we have seen where we have online transaction, we are talking about even online banking. I would say back then we didn't have any online banking. We usually have where everyone have to go to the bank. Remember, guys, everyone in this modern society, everyone is being busy. So most unlikely we'd have most persons cannot make it to the bank. They have what they could do to make their not self be more easier, but their, I would say, their sources be more easier, guys, for them would have where they have used online transaction. All right, so when you're mentioning about online payment, instead of paying your JPS bill in store, therefore we can do it online. Instead of paying your internet bill in store, we can do it online. So this system is where we are talking about the technology. All right, so the answer for number here for number 3 would be list 3, technology used by business. So these are the 3 technology: online payment, CRM, which is communication, guys, is between the customer relationship system. All right, and we are talking about now, we are reference to, as I mentioned, to the online payment system. Inventory management is where we are ordering and storing. Someone mentioned about code. Online payment system involve ATM. Yes, Raj. All right, Good. So we're moving forward now. All right. So the other question would be outline 2 ways in which technology may use to enable business growth. All right. So this one, guys, Raj, you were mentioning this one of your comments that you made in the comment section would have been to outline to answer one of these questions. So you were mentioning about to improve customer communication. So therefore, guys, not Raj mentioned that. Sorry, Kerry. Kerry mentioned that. So it's improve customer communication. So you could use that answer for this one. 2 ways. So it could improve customer communication here. All right. So let me just look on the 2 answers that here. So we'd have seen where we have automation, right? So automation would be like, for example, business can use the technology to automate repetitive tasks, the processes which would be effectively, and just for example, guys, making the business more easier. So it can free up the employees' times, all right, and it focus on more value. For example, guys, it enables the business to have like a larger volume of work. Therefore, guys, we have seen for the automotive, as you mentioned, guys, you were mentioned to improve customer communication. So therefore, it would help the business to grow because the technology, guys. In regards to the customer communication, we'd have seen where for us to go inside of banks, right, making payments, we can do it online. So therefore, guys, it also help the employees to, or I would say the workers, to save time. Help person to save time, guys, less time, all right? So it would eliminate the long traffic of holding of time, all right? Therefore, we'd have seen where the online present. The online present would be like the online payment. How does it helps to enable growth in business? So it also is where it would be where it reach a wider audience through websites, social media, and other online platforms. This can also help so the business to expand their customer base and increase sales, right? And it also where we have seen where it enter through new market, such as the technology also can enables business offer online. It also such as for e-commerce, guys. We understand, everyone do understand what is e-commerce, right? We also have where we have visual consultation. All right, virtual consultation. So we are talking about, like, for example, for the flow, flow, guys, we could normally, instead of go inside of a store to talk to a representative, so we can call 100 on the phone. So we can talk to someone online instead of going into the store, and we could get our issue resolved online instead of going into a store. So does we understand what's going on, guys? So which can grow a faster growth. All right, so instead of going inside of the store, guys, to make any I would say to resolve the issue, we can do it online. For example, if we see like there's an online transaction going on with our account, we can report it online, and we have representatives online that can deal with it. All right, so it will, as I mentioned, it eliminated more time, and for us, we would have seen it would be very convenient. So Raj mentioned that show online present would be something similar to Zoom call. Not necessarily, Raj. Let me explain what's going on. So through the show online presence, we are talking about social media, online platform. So you're referring to Zoom call. We are mentioning, like, for example, if you're doing an interview, Raj, instead of going to, I would say, face to face. Remember when we had COVID, instead of going to face, Raj, you could do the Zoom. All right, so Zoom meeting. Not just call, Raj. Just fix up. You're right, but do not use call. Just mention about session. All right. So, for example, Zoom meeting, Zoom interview. We can do interview online. All right. So that would be less time also, and just, that will build the customer. I would say their base increased, and that would also increase more rate within the business. Because remember, guys, instead of wasting our time, we have less time. Remember, the less time that the customer will have, it will be improved on the business. Because you know what? Instead of knowing that I can go into the bank to make a transaction, and if I can do it online, then I will do it. Surely, then that would be improving the business. Then I will say now the business is improving. Does everyone understand? So instead of call, Raj, you could mention about, like, for example, online interview. All right, just mention that online interview. So you can do online interview now, guys. All right, good. we moving along. All right. All right, let me see the other question. So it says list 3 functions of a small business. All right, guys, can someone guess one function of a small business? We need 3 here, but we need at least one function from each person's. Just guess, guys. Come on, let's go. We must know this. All right, 3 functions of a small business. Just think it. What is the function of a business? And we are talking about the small business. All right, 3 functions of it. Let me see here. Just a moment. Let me see what's going on here. All right. Someone says finance, money. All right. So finance, money, business. All right, Kerry, you're you're correct in a sense, but you could, instead of just saying finance, you could mention it would be improving. Someone mentioned pooling risk. It's mentioned about the function of a small business. What could be the function? Pooling risk. Not bad. Operating the business. All right. Let me just look at the answer, guys. All right. Just go ahead and look at the answers. Just a moment. All right. So the function. So when you were mentioning about the pooling risk, we are literally talking about how the business could take a risk. All right. So in certain aspects here, I'm seeing we're to find funds and infrastructure. All right. So for your pooling risk now, Raj mentioned about the pooling risk, right? Well, you're not, I would say, punctual, wrong, but it is a practice of just like sharing arrangements, all right, to ensure that the business is not literally reducing their risk. So I could say you're right in a sense, but you need to give more details. All right, such as for example, guys, we are talking about Kerry mentioned about finance. You're right in the finance, but you need to give more details. So what can the finance do to the business? So the finance could enhance in like for example the economic development. You see, it's building your business, all right, effectively. All right. Someone, any more comments? Someone mentioned that operating the business. Well, operating the business, you could just give more details when you're mentioning about. So it could be like creating, for example, job creation. So it is opportunities within the job, help reduce unemployment rate. You understand? So just give examples, guys. When you're just mentioning your point, try to be in depth. All right, you're all are not wrong, but just give in depth more answers. All right, so we can see 3 functions of a small business, guys, would be job creation. When we are talking about job creation, we are talking about small business can play a crucial role in creating unemployment. So we are talking about when we are having a small business, guys, it would be ranging from a typically where we basically can reduce unemployment rate, and we are calling to stimulate the economic growth. So we are just building the economic growth, because remember that our business is not big, but therefore it is reducing the, I would say, the rate in unemployment, right? Therefore, we are mentioning about innovation. Innovation will be where the business is operating a niche market where they can develop like a unique product or service. Their small size will also be the flexibility which allow them to adapt in changing market trends, customer needs, and leading to innovation. Another one could be where we have a local economic development. So you're all alright, guys, but you just need to build your point more stronger, right? Small businesses contribute to the growth and development of local economies. This would be where we have the source of their material from other local business, which can create a ripple effect throughout the community. So we are talking about how the business can also like contribute to pay tax to the local government, which it can be used to fund it to public service like infrastructure and project. So like the tax, guys, when we are having a small business, therefore we are seeing where the small business normally would pay tax to the local government, And when we pay tax to local government, what does it do? It would be using to fund the public service, and that they also take that money to, I would say, improve, or not just to improve, but just to ensure that they run the infrastructure projects. So the government use our tax money to build the economic. All right. So that is how it would be the function of a small business. So you're all right, but you need to build more stronger point. All right. We're moving forward to the other question. Other question here would be, state 2 challenges and 2 benefits associated with the growth of a business. So we're gonna ask, we need one answers from each person. So state 1, I would say the state 2 challenges, guys, where would associating with growth of a business. All right, if we are growing our business, what is the challenges we would occur in when we are trying to grow to our business? What do you think? Just name 2 challenges, guys. All right, then we're gonna go on the benefits. What we would get and what we would block us from growing our business. All right, so what block you from growing your business and what you get after you grow in your business. So it's simple. Do not mind these big words, challenges and growth. All right, so what you get from when you're growing your business and what block you from growing your business. Simple terms, guys. Can we get some volunteer in the comment section? All right. Because we're almost through the paper. Someone says lots of profit. Oh, loss, not lots. Loss of profits. Good. Good, Raj. Good. Good one. Good. Not lots. Loss of profit. Good. Any other challenges? Anyone else in the comment section? Come on, guys. Use your critical thinking. These questions are just questions, guys, you can just off your fingertips, all right? Just think, guys. Just think. Common sense. If you're having a business, put yourself in that position. If you're having a business, what would be the challenge you could, I would say, would be the result of you having the business, of running the business? And what is the challenge you think? We could even say bankruptcy. All right? Bankruptcy, guys. Come on. All right? Bankruptcy. Simple. All right. What else? Come on, guys. It's very easy. Come on. Let's go. Any volunteer in the comment section? Make sure you guys are dropping a like on the comment. Can we get at least 20 likes on the stream? And leave some comments, guys, in the comment section. Come on. Just name at least 2 challenges that you could having when you're running a business, guys. In regards to the growth of a business. Challenges. What is the challenges? Someone says loss of profit. Rod says loss of profits. Any other volunteer? So we only have one person's answering here. Come on, guys. No other comments. Is the official paper for May/June? No, Justin. This would be a reviewed for May/June 2024. So most of these questions will be coming back on the paper, but you need to understand the concept. You need to understand these terms, guys. Remember, these terms will be the same, but they will just normally what they would do is to change up the questions into a different format. So if they are asking you about challenges of growth in a business, they would normally change from growth to challenges. All right, they may not just ask you about business, but they may ask you about something different. All right, so what would be the challenge of you being an entrepreneur? So they may ask you questions like those. Someone asks target audience. Yes, good. That could be one. All right, that could be one. Says growth. So any more comments? All right, we're moving on, guys. All right, good. So here, guys, we are talking about the challenges. All right, so remember Raj mentioned that loss of profit. So you see, you're correctly right. So we are talking about the whole challenges. So this would be increased complexity. So we are talking about, as a business growth, it is the operation organizational structure here will be more complex. So this can make the business more difficult to manage. You require a greater degree specialization from employees. So we are talking about how the business would operate. Therefore, we'd have seen it being more complex. So we have seen where our business would have been, as Justin mentioned about the target audience. Here for the increase of complexity, we are talking about audience. How much we could get to reach as a greater specialization. Therefore, we'd have seen where for us to operate in a business, guys, we would have seen where challenges would be hard for us to target audience, alright, to get customer thereof. Thereof, guys, remember we are just a small business, alright, and to growth of a business, it's very hard to get our audience out there. Next thing again, guys, for financial risk, alright, the same thing that Raj mentioned about loss of profit. So Raj, good job on that point. It's a very solid point. We'd have seen where growth is often, I would say, require a significant investment in the infrastructure like personnel, guys, marketing. This can put a strain on the company finances, and it's make it more vulnerable to economic downfalls. So we can see where we have a downturns and unexpected expenses. So we were talking about bankruptcy, guys. Right, so that would be a challenges of in growth in of a business. Thereof, loss of profits, because if we have a bankruptcy, guys, then thereof we would have a loss of profit. So Roger, your point is solid as well, very good one. Justin, good. Someone says lack of skill. Lack of skill, I would say, Kerry. Let me see the growth. It says challenges. Not necessarily. We are talking about the problem that the business would have if we are trying to grow our business. Lack of skill would dealt with, like, for example, the employees. If they were asking about like what does an employee problem that employee would have, if an employee want to grow the organization, then we would see that would fall in where the employee would have lack of skill to grow the organization. Because without having the enough skill or knowledge that the employee need, yes, therefore the business will not grow. But we are talking about the business itself. So what's the factor that contribute to the business? So we can see we are talking about money, the capital, the resources, all right? So therefore, all of those points that were made in the comment section, such as target audience, loss of profit, is good. We can even talk about the bankruptcy, the amount of debts. We are taking out loan to what? To run the business, but what happening? You're right. We are reaching into bankruptcy. All right. So the business is not meeting its demand, right? Therefore, we are running into bankruptcy. Sorry. So we are talking about the two benefits, guys. What is the two benefits of going ahead and growing growing our business? So we'd have seen where we'd have increased the revenue. All right. So we'd have more money, right? More money in the business once the business grows, because we could expand our business. Therefore, the generator of more revenue. So we are talking about more money in a simpler term. So we have more money, and once we have more money, it can invest into new products and service. So the expansion of opportunities. So we are talking about expanding our business. Instead of we have our small business, guys, would expand our small business into a big business. All right. So for example, starting off with a shop, once our business grow, then therefore we more opportunities. And as we had invest in new products and services. All right, good. So the other one would be economies of scale. So we are talking about as the business grow, it can take like advantage of the economies of scale. This also can help to reduce the cost of efficiency, right? So we are talking about this can include things like such as bulk purchasing, right? Materials, all right, centralized management, optimized production processes. So we are talking about economic scale. We are talking about how as the business grow, the advantage of the economic scale is it would help to reduce the cost, all right, and increase efficiency. This would also include like bulk purchasing. So we would have purchased things in bulk, you know, like having the I would say purchasing the goods or service or products. The products, I would say, not the service. The products that we would need to, you know, to optimize our business, optimize the production process. Someone says, can one of the benefits be someone says, can one of the benefits could be a satisfaction? You're mentioning about, well, it says the two benefits that would growth of business? Well, satisfaction. Not really, cause the whole reason is being satisfied. All right. So if we are like going ahead to ensure that our business is being in context. So we are talking about context, ensure that we having our business running under control. Then it's not really a growth mainly, but we are talking about what can we do to let the business be more, advanced in a level. So we can improve, therefore we can improve like infrastructure. So we are talking about improving our business facility, guys, generating more revenue, right? We are talking about economic scale. Therefore, we are talking about how can the business run. What can we do, therefore, to increase the business production? All right. So we are talking about benefits. Is what will be the benefits of the business once we have received the amount of growth. All right. So we will not have any loss of profits. All right. Once our business is already out there, therefore we will not have any loss of profits. So we'd have a wider. So one more benefits could be of the growth of a business would be wider audience. All right. So we have more, I would say, more customer also. So we could say wider audience, guys. You don't have to follow and use these big words such as increased revenue. We could say increased revenue could be one, but therefore we could also say wider audience. All right, all of those. Good. Does everyone understand? In the comment section, let me know if you're understanding. Or we could also say expansion of opportunities. All right. So these could also be every benefits. Expansion of opportunities would be where we having greater I would say production in our business. In sense, what is the opportunity, guys? We are getting more loans to run the business, because the bigger your business be, guys, the more money we would have coming in, and the more money we have coming in is the more, I would say, the more we can go ahead to get loans to run the business. All right. So we wouldn't have any loss in profits. All right. Target, as Justin were mentioned about target audience before, we would have not target audience, but we'd have a wider audience. All right. Good. Does everyone understand? Yes or no in the comment section. Can we get at least 20 likes on the stream, guys? Can please share the stream? All right. Please and thank you. So we could have more persons on the live. We're moving forward. All right. Good. All right. Good. All right. So we're moving forward, guys. All right. Good. Someone says the growth of a business can strengthen their brand name and recognition. So yes, the growth of a business can be a recognition. So you could say a better recognition, or we could just use recognition. All right. Yes. So you're right, Kerry. It can grow the business, strengthen their name, but in their name, guys, you don't have to say strengthen their name. You could just use that simple term, recognition. All right. So you give a better recognition. All right. So this question here would have saying explain two ways in which growth of a business affect its organizational structure. So we are talking about the two ways in which the growth of a business can affect its structure. All right. So we are talking about, when you're mentioning about the structure, guys, we are talking about its whole, I would say, the decision that we are making. All right, what we are going wrong, what would affect us. All right, so we are talking about, as we could see, it would be here we are seeing increased complexity. So we are talking about the decision that we are making, right? The decision that we are making. So it says as the business grow, it operates and become more complex. It may create additional departments that manage different functions. This can lead to the increase of this would be leading to where we have creating, like, depends on the decision that we are making in regards to growth of the business. So this would be the effects, all right, with the organizational structure. Another effect could be specialization. We are mentioning about specialization. We are talking about in regards such as new job roles, such as marketing or for human resource. It can also varies where we can see like such as skills, expertise. This can lead to the creation of our new team, department, organization such as product development or customer service, which dedicated to specific functions or tasks. So we are talking about specialization, guys. We are talking about how the business would operate in sense of we are handling such tasks and functions. So we are talking about the development of new roles, such as marketing. So we are talking about reaching our marketing, right? Our human resources. Or we are talking about our human resources such as employees, right? Having our employees. So that can also affect the organizational infrastructure. Remember, guys, if the employees are not working well in our business, remember the employee role in our business is to ensure that the business would have reached their achieved their goal. All right, so we are talking about ensuring that the employee would achieve their goal, and therefore if we don't have the strong human resource, then therefore this could affect the growth in our organizational structure. So we are talking about the two way of a business affect its organizational structure. So we are talking about specialization. All right, and we are talking about increase complexity. All right, does everyone understand? Does everyone understand? What is an organizational structure? All right, so when you're talking about organizational structure, you guys need to get familiar with the key terms. All right, someone says kinda. Sorry, can you help us with maths? Well, well, Ezekiel, I don't really. Sorry about guys, but I don't really do maths. But I will post some papers on my channel for you guys to see what's going on. All right, but I don't really do maths. All right, so when you're talking about, go back to the questions. Roger asked me what is an organizational structure. So we are talking about organizational structure, guys. It would define as the activities such as the tasks, right? The coordination. Remember, guys, we mentioned about the coordination, and like for example, its achievements. All right. So when we are mentioning about organizational structure, guys, we are talking about its own functional. How does it function? All right. So we are mentioning about organizational structure. We are mentioning about its functionality. So we are talking about how does it function. All right. Does everyone understand what's going on between the organizational structure? Does everyone understand? Does everyone understand? All right. So for example, guys, I could give you an example of an organizational structure. So we have different, and let me just say something to you guys. They may ask you to list, like, for example, 3 examples of an organizational structure. So if we are talking about organizational structure, we are talking about its division. So when we're referring to division, guys, we are talking about how the business would organize its business into a specific market, such as we have different division, guys, in our business. So let me explain it more clearer. For our division in our business, we would have persons who dealt with our I would say department who dealt with products. We have department who dealt with service. We have department who dealt with customers. So we are talking about the divisions. So guys, we are talking about the different section in our business. So the customer division would be like, for example, guys, the employees, right? The service is where we get our goods and services, and the products would be what we are emphasizing in our business. Therefore, we have like different type of organizational structure. So we have divisions, we have network. So when we are referring to network structure, guys, network structure would be an organizational structure with view as like I would say decentralized structure. So we are talking about the networking. How does the business connect or connected? All right. So we are talking about reach, like for example, the network that the business had to reach different businesses. All right. So when you are talking about functional structure now, guys, there's another function, I would say the organizational structure now would be the functional structure. So the functional structure would be where we have like a team then. So the team is where we grouped as an employee into different departments based on the areas of its expertise. Alright, so when you're mentioning about functional structure, guys, they normally divided a company according to its specialization. So we are talking about the job function. Once you're talking about specialization, we are talking about job function. Alright, so different type of function, guys. As we mentioned, we have the employee, which would be the customer, we have its service, and we have its products. Alright, remember the service is how we get our service. What does the business has to do with our service? So services mean, the guys, when you're referring to how we would get our sources, our equipment of the business, the service, how we finance our business in certain way. So when you're referring to customer, guys, customer would be like the employees. Alright, so all of those. So when you're talking about division, it's how the business is divided into its section. We have even the market sector. The market sector is where we get our audience. Alright, how we do, so we do normally do analysis to ensure to see like a data to see how many person like the product versus what person dislike and what we can do to improve. Does everyone understand? So for different type of organizational structure, guys, we are talking about like divisions. All right, how the business divide. If we are talking about network structure, we are talking about functional structure. So functional structure has to do how the business functions. All right, so the function will be like the employees, the manager. All right, all of those, guys. Does everyone understand what's going on? Someone asks, sir, you do electrical? Ashanti? No, Ashanti. I will, because those papers very kind of hard to get, so that is the whole reason. But if I do get any paper, though, I will post. I am not promising you as yet, but those papers are pretty hard to get. But if I do get those, I will post them, though. Alright, good. Can we get at least 20 likes on the stream, guys, or are we gonna move on? So alright, guys, when we are referring to the name brand name, what does the term brand name refers to you? So can someone define what is a brand name? When you're referring to brand name, what does a brand name mean, guys? What does a brand name mean? Can we get at least 30 likes on the stream, guys? Let's go. What does brand name refers to you? When it refers to brand name, what does it mean though? Can someone please go ahead and see how best you can define brand name? Brand name. When you're talking about brand name, what does that mean though? What does brand name mean? Alright, so someone, Kerry says the brand name is the word identify the production company in marketplace. Good. Very solid point, Kerry. Good one. Alright, very good. So for a simpler term, guys, a brand name is meant by the market. So it is the products that range, like especially, for example, a trademark. We all know what is a trademark. A trademark would be where we are talking about the business name, alright? So the trademark is to identify the business. So as Kerry mentioned, that the brand name is to word that identifies a product or company names in marketplace. Very good. Raj says a brand name would like to significant like a specific product in the marketplace business, in the market business. Good. Sasha says, yeah, the brand name comes from the service, but it also includes. So we are trying to target, guys. When we're mentioning about brand name, we are talking about in regards to like it products. All right, so it's a marker to a product. All right, that's basically, as I mentioned, it identifies a product or a company name in its marketplace. So good, you both are corrected. All right, everyone is correct so far based on the comments. Yes. All right, but Sasha, you need a stronger point when you're mentioning about the brand name. You can just give like examples such as trademark. All right, so when they mention about brand name, guys, you can just give your definition as Raj and Kerry and Sasha give, but give an example. So example here would be like trademark. All right, so example would be trademark. Let me just write it. Trademark. All right, trademark. So we are talking about trademark, all right? Good. So here we're just gonna go well, I could just move along since you guys already know what does market name mean, but let me just explain. So a brand name is a unique name, right? It designs such as symbol and other features that identifies a product or a brand name. You see? Very good, Kerry and Raj and Sasha. Alright, good. So it says it identifies a product or service that distinguishes it from its offered by other company. It is a key element of a company market strategy that helps create brand recognition and customer loyalty. So does everyone see that they were correct? So it identifies a product or service that distinguish it from those that offered by other company. All right. Someone says, "Oh, and symbols too are phrases." Well, all right. Well, on a brand name, guys, it varies. All right. So when you're talking about its key elements, guys, we're talking about its recognitions. All right. Its recognition. How does the brand name recognize? So you're talking about like a trademark. Their example, guys, a logo. All right. Such as, for example, Popeyes. We know Burger King. We know KFC. We know if once we see we don't have to see the name, but once we see a picture of it, we can know that is the logo of KFC. This is the logo of Popeyes. This is the logo of so on. All right, good. So here, guys, the other one was two form of packaging. So we're gonna mention two form here. We're just gonna move on to the other questions. So it says state two, identify two form of packaging. All right. Good. So it says two form of packaging. So we're just gonna go along and see what this is two form of packaging, right? So two form of packaging are primary packaging and secondary packaging. This one is easy. Does everyone understand what is two form of packaging? And we're gonna know. We need to know what is the difference between primary and secondary packaging. Does everyone get this? Did you know, or you didn't know and you just understand now what is the two form of packaging? Because they may ask these questions in your principle of business exams, alright? They may ask these questions. Alright. Yes. Alright, good. So two type of packaging is primary, and it's very easy and precise. It's very easy and precise. All right. All right, good. So let me see just a moment. All right, good. So here, guys, we are two type of packaging, which is secondary and primary. All right. So they may ask you these questions. All right. So we're moving along. The other question would be state the two purpose of packaging. So remember, you see, guys, they are trying to contradict the questions. So they may ask you to identify, like I would say, organizational structure. Remember, they may tell you to either identify or list two organizational structure. Remember, guys, two organizational structure would be like the divisions. All right, we are talking about divisions. How does the business I would say divided between its employee, its service, and all of those. We have different types of divisions, guys. Remember, we were going through them. So as I go through, guys, you can just dot them down, just a few. All right. So we have different type of divisions, guys. We in regards, we have divisions, we have network structure, we have functional structure, and so on. So we have division structure, we have network structure, and we have functional structure, and those are a part of the business organizational structure. All right. Good. So when you're mentioning about the two purpose of packaging, remember we have primary and we have secondary. So let me just write P. So P is for primary and S is for secondary. It says, when you get any chance, can you please go, sorry, I can't really see this. Can you please go to a POB paper one? Sure. Sure. So primary and secondary package, right? Good. Primary and secondary package. So what is the purpose of a primary package? We're gonna see, guys, what is the purpose of a primary package. All right, let's moving on. All right. All right. So what you are referring to says two purpose of packaging. All right. So we are talking about primary and secondary. All right. So here, guys, we are talking about 4i. Right. We go back here. Just a moment. Let me just scroll down. Just a moment. All right, good. So here, guys, we can see the purpose. All right, so packaging products. So we are seeing where packaging protects the product, right, during transportation, handling, storage from damage. I only understand what's the primary. All right, good. No worries. We're just gonna go through them so you will understand what is the difference between primary and secondary package, right? Packaging. All right. So before I go through here, we are talking about packaging. So we just need to know what is the definition for packaging. So packaging would be where we are protecting the product, right, during transportation. So we are talking about transportation could either be by, I would say, we have shipment, right? Most of the package they came through like aeroplane. Most of them came through on ships, and most of them came through on like bus or all of those. All right. So it's based on its handling and storage from damage or spoilage. Also, the packaging can prevent the product from contamination. So we are talking about spoiling, such as exposure to light, moisture, or heat. Yes, it's the protection product from damage. Yes, Kerry. And it's which can best describe as the grade, its quality, or freshness of the product. All right. So we are talking about protection. So two purpose of packaging would be protection. Does everyone understand what is the purpose of packaging? Why do we package stuff? We package them because we need protection. All right, protection would mean safety. Ensure the package is not spoiling. It doesn't really matter what we are packaging, guys. Remember, it's business entity. It could be accessibility, such as, for example, accessory, such as phones. It could be documents, but we have to package them to ensure its safety. All right, and another one would be promotion. The whole purpose of packaging will be promotion. Why promotion? Because packaging can help in promoting the product and creating brand awareness. So we are talking about where packaging can design attractively, eyes-catching color, graphics. Remember, guys, logos attract the attention of a potential customer. All right, so let me just give you a quick example, guys. If I buy, like, for example, let me see. For example, a perfume, guys. I bought a perfume, right? And you just basically, when I bought the perfume, you would basically give me the perfume in like my hand. When you give me the perfume in my hand, guys, the perfume is just perfume itself. It doesn't have any box. Any of those packaging, guys, is just like that. Eventually, I wouldn't want to buy the perfume, and the whole reason being because you just have because it doesn't have any protection. All right. Remember, if you're buying food, such as I would say, let me just give you a quick food, like example, a bread. If you buy a bread, guys, in the supermarket, right, and the plastic is not on it, the plastic is not on it. Therefore, you wouldn't buy it because the reason being it would be exposure to light or moisture here. Therefore, it would not be safe to eat, and the whole reason why, because, guys, it's been exposed, all right, to light or heat or moisture. Therefore, the packaging will be the protection of it. It be the product, be the protection of the product. Therefore, the promotion now, guys, here would be it attract the customer eyes. All right, the bread bag, guys, the bread bag, which should be like even the buns and all of those, how they decorate it, its logo, it color, let you know you want to purchase it because of its attraction. Therefore, it also can provide, the attraction can provide information about the product, such as the ingredients, guys. We want to know why we are buying, Why we are buying a bread? We can see how many calories. All right, we are intaking in our body, how much carbohydrates. Are we getting iron? Are we getting calcium? Are we getting protein? What those things carry? For example, buying a bean in a supermarket, guys, wanted to know how many, I would say, how many iron does it has? What does the ingredient? Does it have too much fats? Does it have too much calories? What are those ingredients? So therefore, the promotion would give us our eyes, guys. We are talking about attraction. So it also give us information, not just attraction, but it give us information about the product. Does everyone understand what is the purpose of packaging? So the two purpose would be protection and promotion. Does everyone understand? Let me know in the comment section. Does everyone understand it? Let me see here. Someone says yep. All right, good. All right, guys, so let me just explain the difference between a primary, I would say primary and secondary packaging. Sorry. So when you're talking about primary packaging, guys, there's two difference, right? We are seeing where primary now, primary packaging would be like bottle, right? So we are creating. All right, let me just give you a quick example. All right, so a bottle, guys. We are talking about creating like a bottle, right? So if we had a bottle, therefore the bottle would be the primary. So that is what we are creating. All right, that is the primary source, right? If we are putting the bottle, like for example, guys, we know how we had, like, for example, I would say we have seen like beers, all right, all of those products we have seen where the bottles, they would have them in a crate, right? So therefore the secondary packaging would be the crate, the primary packaging would be the bottle. So is that what they created, and then what's they are having to do the transportation. So eventually, guys, the secondary packaging would be where all of these came in. So the secondary would be like the protection. The secondary packaging carry the protection and promotion. So it gives us like the ingredients, it gives us the nutritional values, the warning, what to do from not to do, and the protection would be where it's not being exposed. So does everyone understand what's going on between secondary and primary packaging? So primary is where from the like for example the factory, all right, is where we have seen where they had created stuff. Therefore they had created like a bread in the factory, guys, but when they go ahead and do the secondary packaging, would be creating the bag, put it inside the bag, and been manufacturing, such as giving the ingredients on the bag of the bread, giving it nutritional values and its usage, how to use it. All right, well, it depends. For example, we could have like a medicine, guys. All right, they give like the details behind the bottle, how many dosage are, how many teaspoons, how many wine they may take you. They may tell you like you need to eat before you take 2 teaspoons of this whatever, so and so forth. It's simple, guys. All right, so there's difference between primary packaging and secondary packaging. Does everyone understand what is the difference between those two, primary and secondary? And we have this, the function. So the purpose, guys, what is the purpose of packaging? So the purpose would be protection, and the other one would be promotion. All right, so protection would be where we are talking about keeping the safety. So the protection would be safety. All right, safety, because it's well safe. All right, so safety. And I would say the promotion now would be where we are seeing appealing, so we are having attractiveness, all right, or detail. So it's giving attractiveness or detail, I would say attract or detail. All right, so it's very easy, guys. This paper is very easy, and you guys could give examples. All right, guys. All right, so for you to get an easier mark, we are talking about giving examples. All right, so if you're explaining something, guys, on the paper and you do not understand its whole definition, just feel free to give examples. All right, simple examples then you could get at least 1 mark for it. So if we know what is packaging, packaging is when we are referring to, having the product dealt in a certain way. So we are ensuring that the product is being safe for manufacturing, all right, for consumers. We're ensuring that it's safe. So during manufacturing, we all of the products is going through this process. We are talking about packaging, all right. So ensure that it's safe. So we are talking about protection, where protection will be where the safety come in. We are talking about promotion is where we attract the customer eyes and it give them details. Does everyone understand what's going on here? Does everyone understand? Moving forward. All right, feel free to share the live, guys. All right, we have at least around 5 persons watching the live. Feel free to share the live. Thank you so much. All right, so we're just gonna go further into these questions. All right, just a moment. All right, just a moment. Let me read the comment section. All right, good. So someone says, "Good afternoon, sir. Will you be doing a live for history exams?" Yes, Kennard, I will be doing, but I'm not sure if I will do it today. We'll just keep posted. All right, just turn on your post notification. Once you do that, I will know, because I'll be going through some marathon, through some past paper, one about history, but I don't know if I could do it tonight. I'm trying my best, all right, because I have a lot dealing with. Trust me. All right, so here, guys, we're talking about describe 2 techniques used in selling. So when we are talking about techniques, guys, we are talking about strategies. All right, what is the strategies we can use in selling? So we are talking about business. Remember, guys, let me just explain. Before I move on, let me just explain something simple. If we are selling a product, how can we attract customer to our product? So 2 techniques we can use. We can give off discount. All right, we can use discount. All right, so if we are giving discount, that would attract customer basically to use if you are selling. So therefore, that would give them a high attractionness of buying our product. Once we are giving discount, that could be one technique. So we're just gonna move. What about this? So we are giving them a bargain, all right? A bargain, we're making a bargain to, like, for example, the price would be like $50, and we are saying, all right, if you buy it, we can give you 10% off. Therefore, what we are doing, yes, deals, but you could say discount instead. All right, we're moving forward, guys. So there would have seen where the different techniques would be personal selling. So we are advertising. Remember, guys, when we are mentioning about advertising could be our next techniques for selling. Remember, guys, discount. And discount is when discount is fall under advertising. Because if we are advertising the product, we are letting them know, all right, come on, come in, and basically you can get 5% off this deal or so forth. So that would interact more persons, give them the attraction to buy your product. Also, we are talking about personal selling. This will involve in the face-to-face interaction between salesperson and customer. So, all right, so we are using the techniques such as persuasion and demonstration and negotiation. We are talking about the product, guys, and service. So therefore, the salesperson can provide additional information about the product or service, such as answer question, address concerns, goals, selling to establish the relationship with customer and build trust and confidence. So we are talking about personal selling. So we mentioned about interaction. So we need to have a good interaction or a good communication skill. So that could be one here that we are talking about the techniques. So we could talk about advertising, and we are talking about appealing. So customer appealing. What we are talking about customer appealing, we are talking about, guys, having to talk to the customer very nice, persuade them, convince them in a way that they could buy it. So if we are selling something on the road, it could be in a store, we are letting the customer know, hello sir, good afternoon, or madam, good afternoon. Talk to them, have a good communication, guys. We are not dealing with the customer as if they don't want to buy the product. We are trying to give in an appealness, all right, of the customer, of having a good communication. So therefore, we are talking about personal selling. This will be involved the face-to-face interaction about the salesperson. So we need to have the connection between the salesperson and the customer. And this is the technique such as persuasion. So we are talking about talking the customer into to convince. This is the key word here, convince the customer to buy the product. You understand? So this word here, such as convincing the product, convincing the customer to buy the product, we are talking about appealing to customer. All right, so we need to be appealing to customer, all right, giving the attractionness where customer can, by the way you talk to them, they are quick to buy the product. You are convincing them. So if they are saying, I'm leaving, I don't want this product, you say, sir, we can give you 5% off, and they're going to mention, oh really? Eventually that would give them the whole, attractionness, guys, so convince them to buy the product. All right, and we are talking about advertising. So when we are advertising the product, guys, this can involve such as on TV, radio, newspaper, internet, to promote our product. So that is another technique, guys, promote our product, and this would deliver a larger audience. And this would be where we are given the goal to create awareness, this interest in the product, guys. Advertising also can use such as emotional appealing. All right, so we are talking about deals. Deals would refers to where the appealing, sorry, not just appealing only, but advertising, guys, would give in the discount. All right, but once we are doing the appealing to customer, we are trying to convince them. All right, so we need to have the interaction between customer and salesperson. So we are the salesperson, so we need to have connection between the customer. All right, so we are not approaching them in a harsh way where we are running the customer. We need to have I think you guys already heard this name before. It's like a customer chain. All right, customer chain is where we are having the customer coming back to the business based on how you talk to them. It will give them the appeal to convince to buy the product, and we are advertising it, getting a larger audience. So everyone does understand the whole definition here. We are in reference to the two techniques. So we are talking about appealing to customer, right? So we are talking about appealing to customer. We are trying to convince them. So when we are talking appealing to customer, we need to describe it. So when we are mentioning about appealing to customer, we need to have a good interaction between the sales. So if we are the salesperson, we need to have a good interaction between the customer, just to convince them to buy the product. So we'd write it here, and we are talking about the other technique now would be advertising. So when we are advertising, we include such as deals, giving off discount. We could also ensure that we having all of this I would say promotion going on the radio or TV or in newspaper, show discount all about giving posters or flyers on the internet showing that okay, if you come on in today you get 50% off. All right, next week would be where we don't have any discount, so everyone would want to go in today. All right, because we are having 50% off, discount off. For the next week now, guys, would have around like 75% off. So everyone would like to go for the discount. So those are the techniques we are using in selling. So does everyone understand what is the difference of using the techniques when we are selling? Does everyone understand? Let me know in the comment section. All right. All right, so we're just going to move forward. Let me know in the comment section. Does everyone understand? We have 8 person watching. Can we get any volunteers in the comment section, please? Because we're almost through this past paper, and I will end in the stream very shortly while. All right, so you guys just interact with me. All right, let me know if you understand, yes or no, because what I'm trying to do here is to ensure that all of you guys understand. None of you guys are not falling asleep, or I would say you don't understand. So I just want to make sure before I move on. All right, so here we are talking about two method. Someone says yes, a bit. All right, I understand so far. All right, listen, Mashika, you refer that you don't understand. So what we are talking about two techniques. So we are talking about two ways we can use in selling. So when you're talking about two ways, all right, if you are selling like, all right, I would say clothes. Say you are selling clothes, Mashika. What is the two way you can use to get customer to buy your product? To buy your items, your clothes. What can you do? Eventually, if you're being appealing to the customer, simple meaning you're convincing them. You know, having a good communication skill that would give the customer, I would say, convince them in a sense for them to buy your clothes. Therefore, another one here, guys, we are talking about advertising. If you were, for example, if you're selling five blows for, I would say, for example, you had five blows selling, right? Each price of for one blouse would be like, for example, I would say $3 US, right? $3 US for one. And if you're letting them know that if you buy three, we basically can give you the all three for $6. Then eventually you're gonna get that's a deal there. So eventually they will buy your product. So that is what you're trying to use to reach your audience for them to buy your stuff. So these are the techniques, guys. Appealing to customer, and we can use in advertisement. Advertisement is such as getting our product out there, such as ads. As we can see on YouTube, we are seeing a lot of ads being displayed. That is what they are doing, trying to reach out to customer to buy their product. Most unlikely we see they are promoting even KFC. They are telling you how awesome the chicken would be, and you know, all of those stuff. The guys, they are trying to get audience. So does everyone understand what's the meaning, or the, I mean, say the two techniques we are using into sale? Once we are selling, what is the two techniques in being described here? Does everyone understand? Someone mentioned, Patricia mentioned that, sir, do you do Geo too? Yes, I do Geo. I only do like paper ones and stuff in Geo. I don't normally do paper two. I don't really do paper ones though. Does everyone understand now? Cause I'm moving on, guys, and I don't have the whole day. Yes, sir. Pretty easy. Yes, it's easy. It's not hard, guys. Remember, here with all we have to do is just use our critical thinking. That's all. Put ourselves in that position. Here we are talking about outline two methods which vendor can employ to promote sale. So we are talking about two methods. So what is a two method which vendors can employ to promote sale? So we are employ, guy. We are talking about input. So what is a two method? I would say vendor can input. So do not watch these big words, guys. Employ. We are talking about employ. We are talking about input. What is the strategies? Or I would say the way which vendors can input to promote sale. So the same thing, guys. Remember the same thing, just as we just explained here. So we're just gonna go ahead and we're gonna see the answer here. So the two method we can use. See the same thing, guys. Look, we were just talking about this just now. Discount and advertisement. You see, simple. So this is the same question they were asking above, but it was in different context. Does everyone understand? Because I don't think we have to go through this again, because it's pretty simple. The two methods which a vendor can use to input to promote their sale is to advertise their sale. Alright? Yes, offer a discount. Yes. Remember, guys, alright, if you're from Jamaica, right, you look on the street side. If you're buying, like, for example, I would say any goods from the vendors at the street side, if they're selling like one bags of onions for like 150, right? And another vendor is selling it for 200. Therefore, if they want to get rid of the I would say their product very easily, another person, we are seeing a competition is going on here. 150 this person is selling it for, the other person was selling it for 150. Thereafter another person would try to sell it for like 130 or $100 just to give the discount to get rid of the product. Say they don't want to hold the price and have the product on them, so they would just give a discount, say okay, you can give me 100 and you can get it. So thereafter that would give the vendor the attraction to the customer. Remember, once you get the discount from that vendor, you're going to keep going back to that same vendor. Why? Because you know that vendor is very reasonable. All right. So does everyone understand the two method that a vendor can employ? When you're talking about employ, guys, do not watch these big words they are using, that CXC is using. All right. Try to understand what they are saying. So the keyword here is promote sale, and we are talking about vendor. So what can vendor do to promote sale? Do not watch employ. All right. They are trying to confuse you guys. All right. Someone says the vendor can like, so wait, the vendors can like sell their product in front of business, place, or school. Well, not necessarily, Raj. And remember, if they can sell though, but listen, we are talking about the method. So the method would be they can sell their products more cheaper than other school or businesses. So you can input that in your answers. All right, just don't say vendors can like sell their product in front of a business, because we are not getting the point what you're trying to say. You can say the vendors can sell their products in front of school or businesses because what? Sell it cheaper. You can mention sell it cheaper because more. Good. So discount now, guys, what the vendor can do for the discounts is offer discount, so that would attract the customer, such as bundle deals. We were talking about bundle deals, guys. Remember, I was mentioning about the bundle deals. For example, you can sell like, for example, 3 onions for $100, or instead of person selling 6 onions for 200, an next person would sell like 3 onions for 100. So a bundle deal, guys, we are doing just to encourage a discount. So promotion, guys, to get a wider audience. All right, does everyone understand what's going on? Special offers, good. Such as, yeah, special offers, carry, good. Remember, guys, POB is not hard. All right, it's very easy, guys. Just use your critical thinking. Once you read and you know about business, we just need to know about the society business, what's going on. All right, and we can know how to do business. So here it says explain 2 ways in which extensive, not extensive, sorry, sorry, let me read the comment here. All right, so someone says understood. All right, good. So it says explain 2 ways in which sorry, why I'm reading this way backward, just a moment. All right, good. Sorry about that, guys. So it says explain 2 ways in which just a moment, sorry. All right, sorry, guys. So it says explain 2 ways in which existence of copyright is likely to influence the action of producers and consumers. So we are talking about existence. So in regards to existence, guys, we are talking about 2 ways. Do not watch existence. Let me cross out this, guys, because this is kind of confusing to the reader. So we are talking about 2 ways in which copyright, just mention about copyright, is likely to influence the action of our producers and consumers. So we are talking about who is getting the product and who is consuming the product. Sorry, so the producers, it's the person who produced the product, therefore. All right, and the person who is getting the product. So for a consumer, guys, if there's our copyright, therefore it would be harder for the I would say the consumers. Thereafter, producers would be like, for example, in a music industry, guys, we are seeing where we have musicians. All right, we have musicians and we have like the artists. All right, so the musicians, such as the producer, would be, they are the one that's creating the rhythm. Right, we all know about music, guys, so let me just give you a quick example. So they are the one that created rhythms, and the artists are the one that create the song. How it can influence, I would say, would be how it influence or affect both of us. All right, so for a producer, guys, it can encourage to create new and original work, as they are assured of a legal protection against unauthorized copying and distributing by others. So what we are talking about here, guys, we are talking about how for producers it can also encourage them to create original work. Why? Because it's assured of legal protection. Remember, they are the one that creating the, I would say, creating its own scenes. Therefore, they are the one that they don't want any persons that in authorized, I would say, unauthorized copying. So they don't want anyone to have an legal or illegal copy of their product. So therefore, what they do is to enable copyright. All right. So therefore, the copyright here, guys, it would provide incentive for a producer to invest the research and development, knowing that they can legally profit from the sale of their work. So let me explain something to you very easily, guys. Here, for someone to create a movie, right? A producer would create a movie, and if I was a person here to go ahead and just to copy their idea, what they can do is to place a copyright on me. And the copyright that they place on me, basically they can sue me for their resources or for their ideas, because they were the first persons that came up with the idea. Thereof, what they would do there, they would benefit from incentive from me, and what they are actually doing is to know that they can legally profit from their sales of their work. So that would be how it would affect. All right, so once they put on copyright on their product, guys, they can benefit from it. All right, so anyone use their work, we are talking about unauthorized copying. They're mentioning that they didn't give anyone any permission, so we are talking about copyright. Copyright is when you state, like for example, some claims on your resources, so you know that is your resources. It wasn't their ideas, but they use your ideas without consulting your permission. All right, we are customers now, not customers but consumers. All right, so we are the same consumers, guys. All right, so consumers are likely to purchase the legitimate copies. So what we are talking about, we are legal to purchase the copies, because as they are aware of legal consequences purchasing or using a printed copy. So normally, guys, copyright would also encourage us as consumers, because it motivates the creator to work the purchasing protected by law. All right, because here we as consumers, when we buy such as like any copyrighted work, such forth, guys, it's legally, right? So we are not using the producer's work without their rights, right? So they do give us permission, but eventually the resources is not for us. All right, we are using their resources, but we are using their resources with their permissions. But they're off. Remember, if they give us a contract, for example, if you're an artist and you basically I would say lease a rhythm, right? Most unlikely they will lease the rhythm like for 1 year. All right, so if someone that heard me on that rhythm singing, guys, and someone take that rhythm and go make music on that rhythm, that what the producer will do is sue them. And in regards to sue, that would encourage the producer to inherit from their work. Therefore, guys, they didn't have the right and legally I would say the right and legally I would say not protection, but the right and legally authority to use their resources, because it was not legitimate. All right, so does everyone understand what's going on here? So we are talking about the rights of their copyright. So this is the 2 ways in which copyright is like to influence the action of producer. So how it influence the producer, it's by giving them the rights to inherit from their work. And for the consumer now, it gives us the right, guys, to use the producer content, but to use it as a legitimate way. All right, so we know that we are using their stuff, but it's not us, but we have the right to use it. Does everyone understand what's going on? Let me know if everyone understand what's going on there. All right. Alright, so once we understand how copyright works, we need to understand what is copyright. Alright, how copyright works in business, guys. Alright, so for example, in KFC, we have KFC logo. I would say not even say logo, but having slangs, you know, finger licking good. So if another business would take finger licking good, guys, and use that, then thereof what would happen, we'd have seen where, you know, company KFC could have sued other company, and the whole reason because they do not have the rights to use their resources without their permission. All right, good. Someone say yeah, I understand. Good. Hello, Jin Kun. That's Jin Kun. Good. Hello, good after good evening, I may say. Alright, so we're moving further, guys. Alright, good. So this term, guys, I want to hear the comment section, alright? You don't do business? Alright, no problem. Alright. Thanks for stopping by. Make sure you guys do drop a like. Can I get at least 30 likes on the stream, guys? We have 7 persons watching the live. Can we get at least, I would say, 30 likes on the stream? So what is standard of living, guys? Remember, when you're referring to definitions, we are talking about the keyword. What is standards? What is standards? And what is living? Alright, so those two words, we're going to combine to them and make a definition. So what does you guys think what is standard of living mean? Someone says, sir, can this work? Standard of living mean by counting the percentage of people owning consumers durable like cars and, well, not necessarily with the cars and TVs. Well, your point would be you're trying to say that standard of living would be like I would say counting the percentage of people owing consumers durables. Well, it can be though. But let me just try to summarize what you're trying to say here. Just a moment. Let me see. It could be, well, all right. So in regards to standard of living, guys, it's normally talking about its level. So if you're talking about counting the percentage of a people owning consumer durable, you're right in the durable, because when you're talking about durable, you're talking about like materials or it wells. Therefore, you're mentioning about such as like TVs, car, or whatever. Well, for the car now, we'll talk about like the materials. So materials will be given, like for example, the materials will be of an average of a person given of a population. So we are talking about its own, like for example, income, like it's available applied to society. All right, so it's what it applies to society. So an easier way of standard of living, guys, we're normally talking about how a persons are live based within its country zone, guys, having its average of person given to a population. All right, so it's typically measures using like I would say average persons given. All right, so we're just gonna move along to the meaning, guys. That is my own meaning. So this is what standard of living mean. Just a moment. So standard of living, guys, it refers to the level of comfort. All right, so we were talking about material goods necessary. So you were right in the sense where you're talking about cars. All right, so it could be the population. So instead of says counting the percentage of people, you can just say Mashika population. All right, you can say its standard of living refers to the population of people. Just use that. Use population instead of percentage. But you're still right though. Percentage of people and population is the same. It's the same classified. All right, durable. So instead of durable Mashika, you can use material stuff. All right, good point. Rod says, sir, I would say standard of living would like the population of people and its economic. Yes, but you can give examples, Raj. All right, such as it could refers to comfort, material goods, and necessities. All right, necessities are like such as examples to it given society. Right. So you were referring about economic, Raj. You're right, but you can give examples, and the reason why I wanted to give an example because it's more marked for you. See, it's 2 marked. So if you were refers to say that it would be standard living would be like the population of people and economic, you would get 1 mark for that. And I don't want you to get 1 mark. It's the whole mark. So it would says examples, comfort. So you could says material goods. All right. So example. So just for the examples alone, guys, we normally know that we are getting 1 mark just for examples alone. So if they ask what is standard of living and you're just saying example, standard material stuff, this is 1 mark. You did not give the definition though, but you give example. So they know that material stuff is refers to standard of living. So you just need to give your answers here So you need to give your answers here and then just give an example, and you should go. Simple. 2 marks. Someone says, Kerry says, standard of living is the measurement of good service individual able to purchase and enjoy is our area income. So instead of saying, you can say comfort. And enjoy is our income. You can mention that standard of living is the measures of goods and service that an individual will be able to purchase and comfort. You can just use comfort instead of income, alright? You're not wrong here. You can just use comfort. It's the same. And you can just give out examples. Examples you would give. Remember, always when you're answering your question in CXC, guys, always to give an example, alright? Good. So example would be material stuff. Alright? Example, comfort. Examples, whatever. Alright? Moving on. So you're mentioning here about the quality of life. So it says state 3 factors that can be used to determine quality of life. So we are talking about factors. We are talking about like its own characteristics. Alright? What entails. So as you were mentioning about income, Kerry, we would talk, that would be like its own factor. Alright, so we are talking about its own factor. So the factor here of quality of life would be, I would say, income. So we are talking about income, and they said state, so you just state it. So income could be, right? Good. Another one, we could see we are having access to healthcare. Alright? Access to healthcare. So access to healthcare, and another one would be here. The other one would be education, alright? So we are talking about factor. I can't really use this stuff, but it's a little bit hard to use, alright? So we are talking about 1, 2, 3. So we are talking about income, we are talking about access of healthcare, we are talking about education. So education, education. So we are talking about education. So these would be the 3 factors of quality of life. So we are talking about life. What is the factor of life that you needed, basically? So we know that in life we need income. We cannot live without an income, guys. Sorry. Access of healthcare, we cannot live without. So it's not what we want, it's what we need. Alright? And education, we can't live. Come on, guys. So remember, Mashika, I think it was Mashika mentioned about income, or it was Kerry. Oh, it was Kerry. Alright, so Mashika says, sir, can respect to human rights be one, access to public access right. We'll scroll down this comments. Utilities, oh, public utilities. No, Mashika, no. Alright, so we are talking about standard of living, guys. What we cannot live without in standard of living. What we cannot live without, guys. So first thing first, we know that we cannot live without income also, but we're gonna change it up. We're gonna change it up in a different levels. We can use about the same answer. Sorry, let me just scroll down a little bit. We can use about the same answer, but we're gonna use something different. Sorry. So for standard of living, we have income also, right? We know we cannot live without income. And I would say I would work with this meaning assets. I would either, instead of education, guys, I would say assets, because we are talking about factors, all right, that influence. And we can also say standard of living in what would be our comfort. We need to know that education is also one. So we can use what the same education. And we know that assets would be what we needed here, guys. We know that in regards to what we need, we have to have assets. All right, so in certain assets, such as like for example our house, we had like homes, guys, cars and all of those. You know that we need businesses and so forth. Sorry, businesses and all of that. So therefore we know that we needed income, assets, education. So these will be the same. It's similar, guys. This is the quality to life. So to life, we know that we need income. We know that we need healthcare, guys. We know that we need education. We can give different examples. This is just my examples, all right? So it can be varies. We are talking about life, the levity, guys, that we are living. Now we are talking about the standard of living, all right? What we cannot do without. We know that we cannot do without income. Therefore, need our assets, guys, education and so forth. All right, so does everyone understand? Because we're moving forward, I don't want to lose anyone. All right, does everyone understand? Please let me know in the comment section. Someone says, sir, I would say for standard of living, that reduce tax, something about reduce tax. All right, we are talking about factor, Raj. So when we are talking about factor, we are not just giving examples. We are talking about the main thing. So the main thing in life, we know that income would be one. We cannot live without income. Assets, we cannot live without assets. Education, we cannot live without education. I would say, like for example, free healthcare. We cannot do without free healthcare, and we have more also. All right, and income and resources. It is what would be our comfort. We are talking about standard of living. What would be our comfort, guys, within the economic, all right? What is our comfort? So what you cannot do without. I would not even say do, but what we cannot live without, basically, all right? So that would be all of the factors. Good. So moving along. So it says describe two programs. So we are talking about programs that ministries of education could put in place to foster economic growth and development. Come on, guys, this is simple. We are talking about program. So when we are talking about Ministry of Education, we are talking about schools. All right, so we are talking about education itself. What can two programs that a Ministry of Education can put in to foster economic growth and development? So we can say two programs would be like, I would say, school programs could be one, guys. Such as we know, I think everyone know about like art and all of those programs. So two programs would be small business development program. So this business program would be like government can create a program that provide financial assistance. So like training. So guys, remember, I think if most of you guys here from Jamaica, we know about art NHT. Right, I think they had a program. They had some programs. I don't quite remember the names, but they do have some programs, guys, that they do to get work. All right, so that is a program that the government use. They use like financial assistance, training, monitoring entrepreneurs, small business owners, loans, offering loan grant tax incentive to help business grow and create job. Therefore, we also can see another one would be, sorry, let me just this notification here. We can see infrastructure development program. So we are talking about its project. We are seeing where government normally create programs to build like bridge, highways, public transportation systems, such as we have seen where we have good bridge, like making good roads and all of those, guys, creating for public transportation system, right? We know in Jamaica here we have a lot of roads, so the government could create a development program. Development program is to build the economic system. Therefore, we are talking about education, because we know, guys, in regards to for the Ministry of Education, we are talking about airports. All right, so if we are creating projects to make airports, you know, bridge, highways, new highways, public transportation, therefore, you know that this could be a good infrastructure. All right, so it also contributes, guys, to quality of life. Remember, it's what we cannot need. Remember, it's what we cannot do without, guys. So we know that we cannot do without roads, guys, right? We need roads to drive on, right? If you're driving or walking, therefore we need good roads. All right, and it also the quality of life for residents to make it easier to travel and access to goods and services. Because remember, guys, I would say airports, without the airports being fixed, there's no way we know we can have in I would say goods and servicing, importing and exporting out of our country. So we need all of those. So two programs, one programs could be small business program. What is a small business program entails of? Creating like financial support, such as art, right? We can say when I mention about school programs such as our working program, we can say work enforcement programs. Work enforcement programs would entail where we are giving like incentives, you know, try to build up its economic small business, giving loans and all of that. Loan grants, tax incentives are, you know, to help the business grow. And we are talking about infrastructure development programs. So we are talking about project, right? Development project programs. Those is to build our like bridge and all of those part program. Good, Patricia. Good. All of those programs. All right. Good. So we're moving forward, and I hope everyone understand. So once you outline the program, so you need to put the program here, and then you just describe it, and that's it. Let me see how many mark. 6 mark. Look, it's easy 6 mark, guys. Very easy 6 mark. So we need to say in the program we can say infrastructure program, right? So infrastructure program would be the program where we are talking about building roads. So we are talking about road. I can't really write with this, but let me just roads. So we are talking about roads. I would say bridge, right? Bridge and all of that. Bridges. Now we are talking about another program. So we are talking about like school programs such as project program. So we could say project program. All right. So project program is where government put in money into projects to build highway service. Yeah, good. So we're talking about project programs, guys. So project programs would be like, so in place like schools, all right, or I would say work enforcement, right? So we're talking about work enforcement, right? To build work and give grants. So we are talking about grants, all right? Give grants, and we are talking about also loans, all right? So we are talking about loans. So once we already give these two programs, so we need to put infrastructure programs such as roads, bridges, and etc. We are talking about program plan. Program plan is like giving work, grants, loans. All right. So we need to expand on these. We need to explain on that simple 6 mark, and we should be good. See, simple 6 mark. So does everyone understand? Moving forward, we're almost through. Another one would be identify 2 methods that are used to measure countries' national income and explain how method is being used. So we are talking about 2 methods that can measure countries' national income. So we are talking about the money that's been in the country, guys. 2 methods that can measure its income. So what is the 2 method? Let me go on the 2 method to see what's going on here. So the 2 method here, guys, would be, we are seeing, remember, I think everyone know these 2 methods, right? So the 2 methods that be used in national income are gross domestic product. So do we know what is a GDP, guys? Do we know all of these? GDP and GNP and all of those? Alright, so GDP would be gross domestic product. So we need to know what those means. Gross versus does everyone understand what's going on? Someone says yes. All right, good. So the 2 methods that can use to measure the national, we are talking about national income. Anything has to do with income, we are talking about gross domestic product, or we are talking about gross national product. So 2, we have GDP, and we have GDP, and we have GNP. So on gross national income. Good. So GDP now would be where we have gross domestic product, and that product is used to, like, for example, measure the amount of goods and services within our country. So once you know to outline those, we need to explain. All right. So this is how the method is used. It's used to value or measure. We can use either value. So it uses to measure the value of goods and services within our countries, and It also, this is method can use for goods and services within our countries regardlessly, whether the producers are foreign domestic, right? And now we are talking about the GDP method. So the method here is commonly used by government and economics to measure the economic performance by a country. So we need to know how the country is going. We need to know about how to count the goods and services within the country. Alright, so the GDP, which is the gross domestic product. So we are talking about the domestic product. How the producers, such as the goods and services, how we are talking about counting the goods and services being produced in the country. Alright, and when we are talking about GNP, which is gross national product, we are talking about it measures its values and goods and services in a country where we reside. So when we were talking about domestic, we were talking about like overseas, foreign, domestic, alright, foreign or domestic. And when we are talking about national, we are talking about residents, right? Whatever residents reside in or outside of our country borders. So this make the account of the income earned by a country's citizens and they operate abroad. Where we are seeing where the GNP, guys, sir, NIS could be one. National insurance, no, we are talking about national insurance. No, so NIS could not be. Alright, we are talking about like GDP, GNP, and all of those. Alright, good. So here we are seeing outside of a country's border during the given period. So we are seeing where GNP now would have been, it used to evaluate the economic performance of a country, and it also determined to contribute to global economic. So we are talking about building our country economically. Alright, economically, guys, we are talking about how the income is being earned by a country. Alright, so we are talking about business operating. Alright, the GNP, national product. Does everyone understand what's going on here? We're almost through. We're almost through, alright? We're almost through. And for that question, in total, we get receive an next 6 marks. So it's easy. So let me just go back and write it. So the two method would be GDP. And do we all know what is a GDP, guys? A growth. So it's a gross. I would say gross. It's because I can't really write this. It's gross domestic product, right? And we have G, this is gross, N, P. And we are talking about gross national product. So for gross domestic product, we are talking about overseas. Alright, we are talking about the overseas. I think we are almost through. And we are talking about gross national product, we are talking about residents in our country. Alright? And it could be outside of our borders, right? Sorry. I can't really write much with this thing. So we're talking about residents, alright? Residents within our country. Alright? So we have GDP and GNP. Someone says gross domestic product. Yes. Alright, so one is for overseas and one is for locally. So overseas and locally, right? Good. We're moving along. So, whoa, I think we already finished already. Alright, so this will be the end of the paper, guys. Alright, so I want to say thank everyone for participating today. Alright, so this is the end. The end, alright? The end. So I'll be going today. Well, guys, I will be going live. I don't know when though, but I will go live in I would say probably later. And I'll be going through some paper one. I'm not sure which paper should I go through though. But yes, I'm finished with this paper, alright? So this is a 2017 paper. Good. But I need, guys, can I get at least 30 likes before I go? Please. Alright? Can I get at least 30 likes on? Alright guys, so can we get at least 30 likes on the stream before I go? Please. 30 likes guys before we go. Alright, so I'm gonna end the stream in a few. So guys, can you please just type in the comment section which subject should I do next? Sir, someone says, sir, a long time we did send that. Patrice, sir, what are you talking about, Patrice? You says please go show principle of business. Someone says paper 2. Paper 2 and then paper 1. Which subjects? Paper 2. The latest POB, paper 2, sir. Alright. Someone says, let me see the comment section. So guys, just please comment in the comment section which subject should I go through next, alright? And can we get 30 likes before I go, guys, please? Alright. Someone says the latest POB. Alright, so we go through POB I am talking about. POB I am talking about, okay? Alright, Mashika. Alright, good. Guys, when you guys have POB though, can you please tell me the date in the comment section? Because I'm not so sure when POB paper 1. Alright, good, no problem. Alright, so we're just gonna focus on POB for the time being then. Seems so. Seems as POB would be the subject that's on rising at the moment. Alright, let me see what's going on. Alright. Week after next. Alright, sir, I just tell you this, the 21. Oh, the 21. Oh. Okay. So you guys doesn't have any other subjects in, for example, next week? No subjects for next week? May 21st, paper 1, the 22nd. Oh, okay. 21st and the 22nd. Oh, okay, okay. Maths. I think, maths would be Monday, right? Maths paper 2 will be Monday. When is paper 1 maths? I think paper 1 maths will be in June, if I think. I'm not so sure. Because I'm not so up to date with the dates of the subjects, guys, alright? Because to be honest, I'm being a little bit busy. So I'm not really up to date with the dates of the subject here. Alright? What about foods? I have, to be honest, guys, please. Some foods paper is already on my channel, alright? Those, you can check them. Just go in my playlist, guys. So click over playlist and you will see foods. Alright, you will see foods, nutrition and health. All of those papers, like paper, I think there's like 2 papers so far. You guys can go through them, alright? Please, just check my playlist, guys. I will post more videos and I will just leave them in my playlist, alright? And I have Principles of Business also on the channel as well, and I have other videos as well on the channel. You guys can please just check them out, alright? Just those are already on my channel, because I have a few on there. Alright, so you guys can check them out, guys. It's on my channel, POB on all of those subjects. So if you want POB paper 1, guys, please check my playlist and you will see POB. You need to watch them, alright? Good. And Monday is paper 2. Maths paper 1 is in June 3rd. Alright, good. Foods paper 1. When is foods, guys? Alright? Because I'm not aware of those dates, to be honest. Alright guys, so I'm just gonna end the stream in a minute. So I want to say thank everyone for participating today, and I will still try my best to see how best I could post the paper. If I get the chance to post any paper for maths, I will do, but as I mentioned, guys, It's only for like for paper one. Because I don't do maths to be honest, alright? I only do others various subject areas. So let me know guys, alright? So I want to say thank you guys for participating and you do have yourself a great day and I'm out.